Alright, there we go. Fuck. I fucking... This new fucking OBS update is fucking weird, man. It hit streaming, and it wasn't... It says it's streaming, and then nothing was going on. And then there's a fucking end broadcast... Go live and end broadcast button. Like, why... What's the point of streaming if I'm fucking not broadcasting? Like, how does that even make sense? The fuck kind of weird setup is that? Whatever. We're here now. Started in just a second. Getting ready. Rock and roll with some fucking Spongebob. Man, it is actually like so fucking hot in my room right now. Holy shit. Like, I fucking hate summer, man. Like, actually, like, fuck, I don't get why people like summer. Fuck summer, like, for real. If you like summer, tell me why, because summer is just hot and fucking gross, and I don't get it. I don't understand it. I know, to each their own, I guess, but I don't know, man. You're kind of a freak if you like summer, because, like, you got all the fucking hot heat beating down on you. And I don't sweat naturally, right? Like, people sweat to cool down. I don't fucking do that. I just get really red and hot to the point where I'm ready to fucking puke. So, like, I hate summer. And then you got fucking weird, gross bugs coming out and shit, and it's like, man, just go to hell. And that's what's great about fall, because then all the creepy bugs, like the June bugs and shit, go back to hell where they belong. So they're now out of the picture. Fall is like perfect temperature. You can either wear a sweater, or you can wear a t-shirt depending on what the weather is. But usually you can wear it to your liking. So fall is the best weather of all time. It should be permanent. And one day, hopefully, we live in a perfect world where everywhere is just eternal fall. And somehow it doesn't fuck up the ecosystem and all that. So, yeah. Hibernation's gonna be really wild for the fucking animals when it's plus 10, but, you know, they'll figure it out. They'll adapt. Anyways, yeah. So here we are. SpongeBob, seasons 1 to 3, tier ranking, whatever the fuck. You know, S to F. Seasons 1 to 3. Made by this guy, I think. Dump Dick. Solid name. Shout out to you, Dump Dick. Yeah. Let's just get into this, I guess. Starting off with a solid episode, in my opinion. Arg, they play that fucking board game, and Mr. Krabs takes them on a journey. Has some funny moments in it for sure. Not really like an S tier episode, but I'd say this episode's like, I'd probably say it's like a low A, to be honest. Like, I like it a lot. Personally, I think other people might disagree having this high, but I don't know. I enjoy it a lot. Artist Unknown's another one that I really enjoy a lot. SpongeBob goes to Squidward's art school and fucking just outperforms Squidward naturally. And then, of course, when Squidward needs SpongeBob to do just exactly that, SpongeBob is completely incapable because he's following Squidward's instructions like a good little noodle. So yeah, I think that's a higher A tier for me too. Now, as seen on TV, this is where SpongeBob appears in that commercial for literally like a frame and goes like, "Oh, I'm so famous, I'm the shit." You know, autographs, baby. You know, SpongeBob being SpongeBob. To be honest, it's like, I like this episode, but wasn't letting me type in chat. How's it going, man? Going good. Keith, how's it going, homie? But I was just saying, I like this episode, but it's like a kind of like a middle B for me. Like, it's all right. Like, it's pretty good, but it's not a personal favorite for me. Key, how do I sound? Like, how does the music sound to my microphone? Is the music too loud? Does it need to be turned down a bit? So let me know so I can fucking get the shit figured out. In fact, I'm even gonna turn it down just a little bit now to 8. Okay, so let me know how that sounds. But Band Geeks, I mean, pretty goated episode. Of course, it's an S tier. It's probably my favorite episode, though. That actually could be up for debate. Who knows? But Yeah, all I'll say about this episode is the mayonnaise joke isn't funny. Okay, and I don't care what anyone says. Is mayonnaise an instrument? It's not funny. I never found it funny. It's the only joke in that episode that I don't find funny, and I'm sure my boys will agree with me. You know, Zoltz would agree with me. Keith, I don't know about you, but let's be honest, man. The mayonnaise joke isn't that funny. It's kind of mid. Need music a bit down. All right, I'll turn it down even more. I'll fucking just. Hell yeah, now it sounds nice. All right. But yeah, you know, mayonnaise joke aside being pretty mid, the rest of the episode's hilarious. Fucking stupid ass fucking. And the drums! Gets me every fucking time, man. A big pink loser. Now, this episode, kind of a C tier for me. You know, it's alright. It's got its funny moments, but to me, this was just kind of annoying. Like, it felt mean-spirited at times, and I just... It's like... It was funny, it was the reveal of Patrick being so stupid that he can't recognize his parents was funny. And even them being like, oh, we don't even have children, is also pretty funny. But still, at the same time, it's like... I don't know, I just kind of found this one to be pretty annoying at times. True, Mayo joke was intended to be a joke by them, but failed and overplayed, not that funny. Yeah, exactly. There's like I think literally every other joke in that episode is funnier than the mayonnaise joke. Like even Plankton saying "Is instruments of torture count?" or whatever the fuck he said, that's funnier than the mayonnaise joke. Water, good for the soul. Boating school, the first appearance of Mrs. Puff. Yeah, again, it's like a B. It's pretty good, but not the best episode. You know what I mean? Like, it's got its moments for sure. SpongeBob. What happened to this episode exactly? Well, whatever. I remember it being pretty decent. Born Again Crabs. I think, if I'm remembering correctly, this is the one where he feels old. This is the one that's banned, right? Born Again Crabs. You fucking hate how they made fun of SpongeBob in that one. Yeah, I hear you, man. Like, it was just like, it was too mean-spirited for me. I'm pretty sure Born Again Crabs is the one where he feels old, the one that got banned for fucking sniffing Mrs. Krabs' panties. Maybe a bit exaggerated there, but you get what I'm saying. I think it's pretty good though. It's pretty funny. I think Are you feeling now, Mr. Krabs? Of course, is really funny one. Mrs. Puff Peppies can be so mid. They can be pretty mid, honestly, but they have their moments, but they're not perfect. But yeah, Born Again Crab is a pretty good one. I enjoy it. Bossy Boots. Bossy Boots it's another episode that has its moments, but it's kind of a lower one for me. I'm gonna put it in the C. Better than Big Pink Loser though, but not my favorite episode. Just, I don't know, kind of mid. As the children would say nowadays. Bubble Buddy. I'm gonna go with an S for that one. I actually really like this episode. I don't know if it's the funniest episode, but actually, you know what? Maybe not, and quite an S tier. Actually, now I'm thinking about it, but definitely like a H. I think I like Born Again Crabs more than this, and yeah, and there's other episodes that are better. So let's put this in the A tier. Yeah, that looks good. Bubble Stand. I liked this one a lot as a kid. As an adult, I don't like it as much, I think. You know what I mean? But a high B. High B. Very enjoyable episode for sure. Like a lot of season 1 episodes, I'll definitely say, like, watching season 1 again, it's like, it has definitely its fucking moments for sure. Like, there's definitely its high episodes, but there's definitely a lot of it's kind of, just pretty good. You know what I mean? It's good SpongeBob, but it's not top tier SpongeBob, if that makes sense. Makes sense when they took it off. Fucking Panty Raiders. It makes sense, but it's like, to me, first of all, I'm fucking surprised that even made it past the censors in fucking, like, 2002 or whatever that episode came out. Because, like, they're fucking breaking into some woman's house to steal her panties. And, like, are you kidding me? That made it into a children's show, man. So, like, why remove it fucking 22 years later? And to me, it's fucking stupid. It's retarded. Like, you fucking taking away history. And then the sister episode, the snail race one, is unviewable on fucking Paramount Plus and shit, because now that because the fucking panty raid episode is blocked. You know, it's bullshit. You know, justice for the fucking snail race episode at least. Goddamn. Just buy the fucking first 100 disc, honestly. You don't need the fucking Paramount Plus. Buy the first 100 disc. You get all the first 3 seasons, and I think probably a couple season 4 episodes, but buy that. You're good. I have the first 3 seasons. I actually have the first 5 seasons on DVD, so I'm good. But if you buy that, you're straight, man. You don't need an extra payment. Go on Amazon right now. It's like $40. Worth all the money. Can you spare a dime? I love this episode. Honestly, I actually like this episode more than Band Geeks. That's this episode to me is a childhood classic, and watching as an adult, I actually really love it. I love seeing SpongeBob stand up to Squidward after Squidward started taking advantage of his good nature. Like episodes like this is why I love the classic SpongeBob, because it shows SpongeBob, you know, it shows his it shows the human side of him for, you know what I mean? Because like he has a breaking point. He's not just a fucking goofy retard going, oh, bubbles, jellyfish, like he is in some of the new shit. He actually fucking has a personality, and he has a breaking point, and he loses his mind, grabs Mr. Krabs by the fucking neck and picks him up. Like this is a guy who fucking couldn't open a goddamn fucking bottle of fucking ketchup to get in the salty spittoon. But he picked up Mr. Krabs by the neck. He was so angry. He had the fucking strength of just Hercules there, man. Like, goddamn. And if you look at the episode, he has grip on his neck. Like, he was putting his thumbs right in his fucking neck like that. Like, pressing. Like, he was about to fucking choke his ass out, man. He was not having it. Good episode. How the fuck were they like, let's have him break into Mr. Krabs' mom house their panties? Yes, that works for an episode. I know, right? Like, it makes you wonder, like, how do they even think that was a good idea? It's hilarious, and I'm glad they did, and I love that episode. Great episode, but it's like, makes you wonder, like, what the hell kind of crack rocks were they smoking when they fucking wrote that into a children's show? That's what I love about the old cartoons, though, man. Just different times, but better vibes. Chocolate and Nuts. A pretty good episode. Okay. Looking at my list, I think I like this more than Artist Unknown, but I don't like it more than Bubble Buddy. So I'm gonna move Bubble Buddy. Or I like it more than. Wait, what? No, fuck sakes. Alright, fuck it. I'm just moving. What I said didn't make sense, but this is how I'm rearranging this. But yeah, no, good episode. A lot of good gags. Fucking chocolate. Is fucking funny. The con man is fucking funny. You know, all those fucking gags he pulls on them, and their freaking lies. Some of their stupid lies, man. You know, great episode. Chocolate guy and the twist at the end, of course, was great for everyone who watched it the first time. Good stuff. Christmas Who. This is a special. You know, one of their extended specials. I actually really like this episode. I know some people don't like the extended episodes, like the double episodes they call them on the disc, I think. But I actually really like a lot of these, and I think this is a solid episode. I love the songs in this. The good vibes is funny. S tier for me. S tier for me. Clams. Another S tier for me. I think I like it better than Christmas Who, though. But I love the Jaws parody. There's a lot of funny gags. A fucking dance when he wins his $1 million. When the guy's like, wow, what do I win? Nothing. Knock it out. Like, stupid shit like that makes me laugh all the time. And then it's all the gags on the boat. Good stuff, man. Good stuff. Club SpongeBob. Again, another great episode that probably goes in the S tier. Let's go here. Nah, fuck it. I like it more than that one. All right. Yeah, Club SpongeBob. What can you say? They get lost in the kelp forest, and it's just a fucking banger of an episode. Really funny gags. Look, you know, just you really couldn't ask for a better episode. There got some better episodes, but you can't ask for one. Culture Shock. Another funny episode. A lot of funny gags. You know, Patrick laughing at the fucking Squidward, and Squidward's dance when he breaks down, and this everyone's reaction. Just do it like, what? Ugh. Some good shit, man. Yeah, S tier. I think I like Christmas Who a little more than this one, though. Doing Time. This is where they steal the, no, this isn't the one where they steal the balloon. This is the one where I think Mrs. Puff goes to jail, right? Yeah, I think, yeah, she gets arrested and goes to jail. If I'm remembering the episode. Yeah, I think I hope you put the clams in the S. That one's good. Fucking rights it is. Yeah, okay. If I'm remembering correctly, this is the Mrs. Puff one. I actually do like this episode a lot, though. I think it's definitely like a pretty solid A episode. Like it's like a lot of I guess like that's what I mean when the Mrs. Puff ones can be kind of hit or miss. This one's a good one. You know, it's got some pretty funny moments. That freaking one chick with the deep voice kills me every time. Hey, Puff Mama, what's for dinner tonight? Fucking stupid, man. I love it though. Some good gags, man. That episode is fucking crazy too, cause at the end, like the ending is so confusing, cause like she's in the padded room with SpongeBob, then she's on the fucking, then she's going down the cliff, then SpongeBob gets arrested, and she's going down the cliff again. It just like, to be honest, like let's be real, none of us have any idea what the fuck happened in that episode at all, and I don't think even the fucking creators know what happened in the fucking episode. But it's a good one. I really like that episode. It's one of the few like really just weird ones in the original like in the like OG era that was kind of like randomly out of pocket, but it's kind of worked because it didn't happen often back then, so it was something different, and that's why I think it really works in this time, because they're still at their peak, and this episode was definitely like a very experimental episode almost, and I think it worked. Dumped. This is another good episode. Gary leaves SpongeBob for Patrick, all for his fucking cookie in his pocket, because Gary's a fat fuck who will eat anything. Pretty solid episode. I like it. What can you say? Dying for Pie. Definitely an S tier for me. Some really funny moments. Fucking, I don't know why. Just the fucking kids throwing the rocks at him. Fucking when he's poking the heart and the blood comes out. It's like Jesus. They actually put blood in a kid's show, and just to me this is just a solid episode. Fucking. If I were to die right now in a fire explosion due to the carelessness of some friend, I'd be alright right now. Like, just fucking hitting Squidward's soul. And then Squidward has the audacity after the end to be like, I'm such a good person. Like, Squidward definitely got his just desserts when he got fucking bombed in the face. Like, like, don't get me wrong, Squidward tried his best in the way Squidward does, but for me to be like, I'm such a good person after all that, fucking Squiddy, man. That's why, like, Squidward doesn't deserve it in modern episodes, I don't think. But in these old ones, he deserves to get fucked around a bit. Employee of the Month. One of the few episodes where SpongeBob is an absolute dick. Like, don't get me wrong, Squidward's kind of speaking the truth here. Like, in the kind of job that SpongeBob works, like, this is definitely not the case for every job. But for a lot of jobs, the Employee of the Month is just to give you, just so you'll work harder for no extra money. And it is absolutely true in this case. Squidward is doing nothing but telling SpongeBob the absolute truth. I don't think he's being necessarily malicious, though. Still being fair, like, he knows he was poking fun at SpongeBob, and they're like, "You're right, SpongeBob. I could sneak up on you." But other than that, Squidward really wasn't doing much until SpongeBob started getting jealous at the thought of like Squidward actually taking over. And I actually really like that because it shows, again, another human side of SpongeBob, right? SpongeBob wasn't a perfect, like, just nice guy. He had his side to him, right? He had that kind of, like, you know, a vindictive side to him. And I liked that side of him back then because it wasn't often you saw, but when it came out, it felt genuine. You know, his competitive side is funny in this episode. You know, it's just like a lot of the gags don't make sense, but every one of them is like, it's slapstick for sure, I think, but it's fucking hilarious for some reason. I love this episode. And, like, just, yeah, you know, I think this is another S tier for me, for sure. I'm just foreshadowing everything about what's going on. Exactly. I have no idea what you're fucking talking about, to be honest, but, yeah, I'm just gonna agree with you. Yeah, pretty good episode, honestly. I actually like this one more than Band Geeks 2, to be honest. I don't think I like it more than this one, but fucking solid episode. Fools in April, another pretty good one. You know, SpongeBob having innocent fun. Squidward takes it too far, gets his just desserts, ends up being a big prank on him the whole time. Well, I definitely, like, as a kid, that definitely got me. I was like, whoa! So, you know, what can I say? It's a pretty high A tier for me, I think. Yeah, going right at the top of the A tier so far. Now, Frankendoodle. Me-hi. Solid. Solid good shit. Oh, Dying for Pie. Yeah, okay. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, this one's pretty good. I don't know where to put this one, though, to be honest. Definitely an S tier for me, for sure. Like, it's real. I think it's funny. Squidward losing his hair and shit. And fucking Doodle Bob just being an absolute menace to the fucking world. Yeah. Fuck, I don't know where to put this one. You know what? I'm gonna put this under. I'm gonna put this above Christmas Who. If it was an April pissed you off as a kid, I get that. Like, he definitely didn't deserve that, but I think it's. I actually really love how SpongeBob managed to turn around on Squidward, and seeing some of the gags with Squidward trying to apologize for SpongeBob, like fucking Patrick grinding his teeth with the fucking or flossing his teeth with the fucking cord for the tin can phone. Is that fucking image is so fucking funny to me. That's just good shit, man. It definitely like poor SpongeBob didn't deserve it, but I think I like how I like that twist. That was a good one. Fun, another good one. I don't know what is. I'd say another S tier. I think for sure. It's classic. The song is fun. Who doesn't love the song? And some of the gags are pretty funny at times. And it's like even though a show like this has a status quo. At times, you could tell Plankton was having a good time, but at the end of the day, like he said, being evil is just too much fun. He loves having that's how he likes to have fun. So, it's pretty cool seeing them bond for a little bit. But at the end of the day, Plankton will always be Plankton. The self-reflection Squid gets in that one is perfect. Yes, sir. What in the fuck is this one? Gary takes a bath. Oh yes. This one was always, as a kid, a kind of weird one for me. I liked it, but it's a strange episode. It pretty much takes place entirety in SpongeBob's house. I'm pretty sure, if I remember correctly, SpongeBob and Gary are the only characters in it other than that 1 second that Mr. Krabs shows up to steal that dollar, which is a really funny moment. Just out of nowhere, Mr. Krabs pulls a fucking drive-by and snags that dollar in his bathtub. You got... to even think of that is just funny, but it's a very different episode for sure. So, but it's not definitely not a bad one, but a weird one for sure. But I'll give it. I think it's like a middle A for me. Middle A, an interesting episode. Again, like another kind of experimental-ish episode. Fun as the classic song fucking writes it does. Grandma's Kisses. Okay. So the thing with this episode, a lot of people hate it. Because they feel very mean. It feels very mean-spirited, and I 100% get it. And the SpongeBob crying scene is very annoying. It's very dragged out. I do not care for that. But there are a lot of moments in this that make me laugh. There's that one frame that I sent in the chat. I gotta see if I can. I don't even know if I still have it. Oh, I gotta have it. No, there's no way. I think I still have it. See if I can find the picture here so I can show you guys. But there's one frame of SpongeBob when he's reaching for that fucking cookie. It's so fucking funny looking. It was back then they could do those strange funny faces because it didn't happen very often. Oh, come on. How far back did I send this, man? Man, there's probably no way I'm going to find this. It's probably so far back. I'm sure you know which one I'm talking about, though, Keith, but... Alright, whatever. Fuck it. Whatever. But there's moments in it that I don't like, but at the same time, it's kind of... I don't know. Definitely a mid episode. I say I'll put a high C. High C. Has its funny jokes, but definitely, just kind of feels off. Graveyard Shift, on the other hand, is on. You might as well just stop watching because the comedy peaks there. But this one's funny. As a kid, I always loved this episode. Ow, I burnt my hand. Always gets me. Him taking out the trash, screeching, and then fucking trying to be pulling it off yeah. And then the fucking when Squidward's telling the story, the lights will flicker on and off. Dude, can I get some ketchup? Oh, there you go. And then Ray continues back to his story. That is the epitome of customer service, especially fast food. You'll be talking to your coworker and somebody hey, you got a couple packets of mustard or a couple napkins, or where the forks are. It's hey, yeah, there it's just right over there. Give them to them. Here you go. It's thanks, yeah, no problem. And then you go right back talking to your coworker, right? In and out. That's the most realistic thing I've ever seen. And yeah, the Nosferatu thing, that's one of the most what the fuck kind of moments. But it was funny back then. Yeah, this is a good episode. I really like this one. Honestly, another one I think I like more than Band Geeks. I remember a couple of years ago, Zoltz and I on our Masky and Des channel did our top fives, and I had Pancakes at number 5. But watching SpongeBob back recently, like, there are other episodes I think I like better. Well, obviously, as you can tell. Hall monitor! This is a pretty decent episode. The fucking moment with the cops fucking with Patrick when they're just flipping the picture up and down is funny. The maniac. Like this episode's definitely pretty funny, but otherwise I think it's like a high B for me. Actually, you know what? Fuck, I'll put a low A. Low A. Pretty good, but you know, there's definitely better stuff. Gravy Chef is a core member for you for sure. Yeah, S tier stuff. Like, it's just one of those episodes. Like, you could tell, like, when they made this episode, they were working. Someone had worked in fast food and shit. Help wanted. Okay, so the very first episode, the pilot episode, I watched that recently again, too, of course, obviously. I don't know why I keep mentioning that, but I do. But, to be honest, like, a lot of people didn't like it, but it's kind of mid. You know, not bad, but nothing special, in my opinion. The smelly part's classic. And, you know, it's pretty cool to see, like, the origins of SpongeBob, but... You know, it's just like a high C episode for me. Nothing special to me, but you know, not a deal breaker. Home Sweet Pineapple, pretty decent episode to me. Not the best in my opinion, but has some pretty solid moments, like the fucking I guess I can move back in my parents and them fucking showing up, smiling, and then Patrick, no they don't, and then fucking frowning. Like, that picture is so funny to me. They just look so disappointed, and I just can't help but laugh. And Squidward's little dance at the end, how excited he is, only for the get fucking crushed with the house and him laying under the sand, just fuck, he's just rocked under that fucking house. It's a pretty solid episode though. I'm gonna put a high B. Hooky, pretty funny episode. I really like this episode a lot. Fucking, like, Mr. Krabs was pretty genuinely like he was pretty genuinely good in this episode. Like, he taught SpongeBob a really good lesson, like. Because SpongeBob in these older episodes, it was always like a father-son relationship, even though Patrick would what's the hell's wrong with me? Mr. Krabs still, like, take advantage of him. There was his moments where he really did give him, like, good lessons and was a pretty good father figure to him at times. And I liked this episode. Mr. Krabs, I think, handled things very well. And I think just the gags aren't really funny. Pretty high A episode. One of the better ones for sure. Like, one of the better ones where, like, Mr. Krabs is, like, genuinely, like, just being a good person. Like, Mr. Krabs does absolutely nothing wrong in this episode, which is a rarity. I was stupid. Okay, so this one, this is the one where his parents come over. Wait, what? Which one did I say? The one where his parents come? Big Pink Loser. Oh, for fuck's sakes, I got him confused, man. Big Pink Loser is the one where he fucking, god damn it, I'm a fucking doo-doo face. He pretends. I'm so sorry. God damn it, man. I feel like a fucking moron now. This is the one where SpongeBob gets his trophies and Patrick is super jealous of him. This one, people watching this, tuning in, seeing this are probably like, what the fuck is this guy smoking, man? No, this episode is an S tier episode. Jesus Christ, I'm so sorry to anybody. Like, what the hell are you doing? I'm so sorry, Big Pink Loser. This one is the one I was talking about. Yeah, this one I do not care for. Yeah, someone was definitely in the kitchen with Sandy, if you know what I mean. Haha, season 7 reference. What the fuck does that mean? Yeah, I mean, yeah, haha, hilarious. Season 7, woo! I know, I can't believe I fucked that up. Wow, that is insane to me. I can't believe I did that. Like, it's like 30 minutes of just this shit sitting in this. Holy fuck. Hell no. I'm your biggest fanatic. Fuck, which one's this again? Oh my god, I don't remember this episode. I'm your biggest... Oh, it's the Kevin episode. Yeah, okay, this one's good, yeah. This one's pretty good. Punch yourself in the face. You jump off a cliff. Pretty good. Pretty good stuff, fucking... And then Kevin get... Like, it's just another episode of, like, slapstick humor, but... I don't know, it works for this episode. Pretty high B episode for me. Yeah. Idiot Box. I love this episode. Imagination. Squidward going fucking nuts trying to figure out that goddamn box. This is another S tier for me for sure. I'm gonna put it above Frankendoodle actually. There's an episode called that in season 7. All right then, Sandy in the kitchen. In the kitchen with Sandy. Is that the fucking one where like Plankton steals her skin? God, that episode sucks ass, man. That's the episode I'm thinking of. Fuck, I hate that episode. Like such a weird. There's such a mean episode to Sandy for no reason. I had an accident. Now I'm blanking on this episode. What the fuck's wrong with me here? I had an accident. I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna have to look it up. I think because I'm blanking on it. That I'm embarrassed to say that, to be honest. But it happened. It happened. Oh, that's one where, yeah, SpongeBob locks himself inside the house because he fucking breaks his ass. Yeah, that's a good one, man. That's also a good one. How did I forget it was that episode? I don't know, but fuck. I don't know how I forgot that, but yeah, this one's good, man. Fucking, I would say like another high B one for me, probably above Home Sweet Pineapple. Not my favorite episode, but like, cause that ending is so weird too. Like, what the hell was going on in that episode? Like, definitely a weird one, but pretty high B for me. Takes her fucking coat and leaves her naked. I know, and then everyone was just so rude to her in that episode. Like, that's what I mean. Like, I haven't watched a lot of modern. I guess season 7. I don't consider modern anymore. Season 7's like middle SpongeBob. You know what I mean? Like, because modern SpongeBob is probably like, at least with season 11. I haven't really seen much of season 10, 12, 13, or really 9. But what I've seen from seasons like 4 to 8, I say 4 to 5 are all right. I don't know. 4's all right. 4's all right. 5's kind of boring. 6 is really boring, man. And then everything I've seen from 7 to 8 just were like kind of ass. And then I actually did, but watching the entirety of season 11, I was pleasantly surprised that I actually liked a majority of the episodes. It has its fucking dog shit, don't get me wrong, but there are some really good episodes in season 11. They came through with that one for sure. If you're gonna watch any modern SpongeBob, season 11 is a good one to watch. Yeah. SpongeBob pees the bed. Fuck, that'd be such a sick episode. Imitation Crabs. This one's another solid one. Fucking Mr. Plankton pretend to be Mr. Krabs. Somehow SpongeBob's falling for it, and all that fucking bullshit he has to go through just to not get the formula. Pretty good episode. Pretty good episode. I'm gonna put it probably above Dumped. Yeah. Yeah, season 7 is definitely not modern. But I'd say season 5 is a downfall, because even though season 4 is a step down below season 3, because the show was supposed to end after the movie, and then season 4 was made after Steven Hillenburg left. It still was pretty decent. Like, it had some lower episodes, but it had some moments. Like, it had its points. Like, I liked a lot of them. Like, I liked the Dragons and Dunces episode or whatever. Skill Crane is decent. The one where Mr. Krabs sells the Krusty Krab and is again retires and then gets fed up was pretty good too, because that to me is still like the human side of Mr. Krabs, where he like that to me like shows what kind of person Mr. Krabs is, at least at that era. Like, he was a cheap piece of shit, but he absolutely hated what they were doing to the Krusty Krab. The fake patties with that weird like gray like sludge bullshit looked like a just gross nasty pile of shit that had like no nutrients in it. Like, and Mr. Krabs was he hated it. He hated seeing what happened to his restaurant. And to me, that was like they still had some heart in those season 4 episodes. Like, that was a pretty good episode. That was a pretty good Mr. Krabs episode in my opinion. So like, season 4 definitely has its hot. And the one where they fucking have to get Mr. Krabs' mattress back from the fucking dump is so funny, man. Like, especially when they're on the fucking fence and they fucking flip the fence and Squidward ends up in the fucking dump and the fucking worm gets him. That is so funny, man. Like, people who say season 4 sucks, watch it again, man. Watch it with an open mind. In the fucking Beer of a Krabby Patty episode, man, it's different, but like the fucking moment where like I rebuilt the piano and the piano just fucking falls on fucking Plankton for no reason. This gets me every time. Like, season 4 is different, but it's still pretty damn good. Pretty damn good. I mean, to me, like, there's definitely some season 4 episodes I prefer over season 1. honestly. Like season 1 I still think is better overall, but there are some season 4 episodes that are definitely better than season 1. Hell, I mean I think there's a couple of season 11 episodes that are better than a couple of early episodes too, but we're not talking about that. I've kind of dragged on a bit, but anyways, moving on. I was Teenage Gary. Pretty weird episode. Squidward fucking says he would babysit Gary for 3 days and then just fucking roasts away in the sun. And then, fuck, the way he comes out after jamming down that fucking pet food. Pretty funny. But, like, it's definitely not the best episode. It's a weird one. The ending was pretty creepy, but when Squidward gets boofed in the face, right, as he's enjoying the song, it's pretty funny. And to me, it's another high B episode. That Crab, yeah, exactly. Crabs used to be understandably cheap. Newer season cheapness pisses you off. Exactly. Because, like, they're all Flanderized. You know what I mean? Like, just exaggerations of their worst traits now. That's why, like, I always get nervous when Patrick would appear in a modern episode. Because it's like, is he going to ruin the episode or not? So, like, Patrick used to be a good character, but I do not like Patrick in most of the modern episodes anymore. Squidward, like when the only episode I really liked him in was the Legend of Bikini Bottom. It was the Halloween special they did in the stop motion. That was a really good episode. That to me is an S tier episode. That would be an S tier. Like that episode felt classic to me. The songs were great. The characters felt like classic characters. Like fantastic episode. If you're gonna watch any modern episode for sure, season 11, Legend of Bikini Bottom. That to me is just as good as any classic episode. And I will stand and defend that episode because that episode genuinely impressed me when I watched it. I could not believe it. Like, what a good episode. Jellyfish Hunter. I think this one, this is the one where there's a lot of. This is the one where I think SpongeBob goes jellyfishing to get the jellyfish jelly for the Krabby Patties, right? Yeah. Yeah, this one's a pretty good one, Mr. Crab. This is one where we're like. Speaking of like episodes where Krabs is understandably cheap at times, or at least has moments of being a good person. Because I don't think he was even understandably cheap, but he was at least like a decent enough person at times. This one he was definitely a villain. Like he was greedy and torturing those jellyfish just for profit, to SpongeBob's expense, no doubt, because SpongeBob basically did it without knowing. And Mr. Krabs definitely got his just desserts. Of course, SpongeBob being SpongeBob forgives him, moves on, because status quo. But, yeah, this is a good one. I like it. Definitely a good A tier for me. I'm going to put it above Dumped. Why not? Jellyfishing. This is the first jellyfishing episode. Sorry, my throat was patched. Not the funniest episode, but Firmly Grasp It always makes me laugh. And, like, because, like, this episode's weird, because, like, aside from this episode, like, Squidward wasn't exactly mean to them. Like, it's weird because he forgot Patrick's name. My two best friends, SpongeBob and, Patrick. Right, but I can't. And then, because, like, he kind of is a little sarcastic, but he doesn't say anything outwardly mean to them. And then he gets fucking... It's just so stupid, like, he just fucking blows up for no reason. Like, but... explosions in the old SpongeBob episodes are always funny. So this episode's good, but not the best. I'd say it's a lower B one for me. I'm going to put it below... I'm going to put it above Bubble Stand. How does that sound? Jellyfish Jam. No, this one's a pretty good one. SpongeBob adopts a jellyfish, and then all his buddies come over and they take over the house. Some pretty good moments in it. And I'm going to put it under Arg, Not my favorite, but a pretty good one. Just One Bite, however, is a fucking S tier episode for sure. This episode, fucking why do I keep saying the wrong people? Squidward really just desperately wanting that Krabby Patty. Just craving it, man. After it's like, he just took that first hit of fucking heroin, and now he's like, oh, I need it. Pretty good stuff. I'm going to put it above Club SpongeBob, I think. Karate Choppers, pretty good one. SpongeBob crying scene's a little annoying, but other than that, some pretty good gags, and yeah, what can I say? I'm gonna put it right here. Actually, not right here. Right here sounds good to me. Yeah. Crabborg. This one's pretty solid in my opinion. SpongeBob watched that shitty horror movie, thinks everything's a robot, and then they fucking torture Mr. Krabs and shit. Fucking That's the way, I don't know why. Just the scene where SpongeBob slaps Mr. Krabs, and Squidward's like, SpongeBob, you asked him a question. Oh, okay. What color's my underwear? Let me ask the questions. It's just so funny to me. Or when the what was it? The fucking blender, I think he pulls out. Not for, or that one. Wait, that one. Yeah, it was like the for. Oh, that one was a gift. Fuck, man. And then fucking Squidward being left to fucking deal with angry Mr. Krabs. Like, that's one of the few times where, whoops, dropped my keys, where, like, Squidward, I don't think deserved to get the whole end of it, because, like, that was him and him and SpongeBob working together, but it's still kind of funny how it works out at the end, so I'm going to put this one under fun. Pretty solid. I love this episode. Krabby Land. Pretty good episode, too. Again, the episode where Mr. Krabs is cheap as fuck. SpongeBob gets tortured, and then Mr. Krabs ends up paying the price. Not, I guess this is another one, like, this is like another one of those episodes where I watched as a kid and liked, but as an adult, don't like as much. Like, this is another, like, B tier for me, honestly. Like, I think it's better than Karate Choppers, though, so I'm gonna put it up there. Krusty Krab training video, though, this one's pretty funny. There's a lot of good moments. The fucking Patrick scene with Squidward and just all other kinds of shit. Them fucking cock teasing us with fucking ending the episode right before they drop the fucking secret formula. A lot of good moments in this episode. I'm gonna put this one above Arg, I think. Yeah. Oh, sorry. Above Arg. There we go. All right. Krusty Love. I like this episode. It shows a different side of Mr. Krabs, right? As much as he is cheap as he is, he falls in love and he wants to spoil Mrs. Puff. And one thing I'll say about this episode, about the modern episodes that I really liked, is that they actually they've continued that Mrs. Puff and Mr. Krabs are dating. And I learned that because I watched that band episode, Quarantined, which is actually a pretty decent episode, all things considered. And Mrs. Puff and Mr. Krabs were a couple in that episode. And I think that's pretty cool that they actually continued that in the modern episode. So shouts out to that. But Krusty Love, it's a pretty good episode. I like this episode. I'm going to put it right under Born Again Krabs, I think. That's what I mean. Like, Mr. Krabs is a pretty fun character. He has a lot of good episodes. It's not often, like, even when Mr. Krabs is being a villain or whatever, it's not often you have a bad Mr. Krabs episode in these classic ones. He was a pretty solid character. Like, Life of Crime, right? Mr. Krabs, I guess he's not a focal point of the episode, but learning how he stole that shit and like them listing off all that shit he stole is so funny to me. And then him like just wanted, it's weird, I think, because this episode aired before Krusty Love, but he really desperately wanted to keep those curls that Mrs. Puff had. So it's like did this, I've heard people talking about how episodes can take place at different timelines in the episode or in the series, so I guess you could say it, you could argue that, but I think for me, it's like, I don't know. Argue what you want. If you can say this episode takes place after Krusty Love, or whatever it's called. Yeah, Krusty Love. And I'm just going to say it's a solid episode regardless. The funny moments, Patrick being like, you took my only food, gets me every time. And the fucking close one is fat fucking stomach. And the way SpongeBob was licking that fucking oh my god, like, no, I'm gonna actually pull that scene up because that's not gonna be there. I'm gonna leave it there. But like, dude, this scene is unbelievable. Like the noises he's making. Just listen to this shit. Oh, hold on. I'm gonna pause. Fuck, I have to fucking pause it here. Like, listen to these moans right here. Oh no, I'm actually gonna turn it up for a second so you can hear it better. Like, fucking Tom Kenny. I just wanted to see. I really wish I could see Tom Kenny in the studio just into a microphone. Like, holy fuck, man. Like, every time I hear that shit, it makes me laugh, man. It is so goddamn funny to me. Just like what were they? What was he? I want to know what was going through his mind when he was fucking making all those sick noises. Good stuff though. I'm gonna put this one above fun. Oh my god, all the Merman and Barnacle Boy ones. So this one, I remember I was gonna do this. I'm gonna bring up the wiki because, to be real, it's pretty hard to remember which ones are in order sometimes. Like I know the first one. We'll start with the first one actually, just right now. Then, first one we know they meet Merman and Barnacle Boy in the retirement home, and you know they try to convince them to become heroes again by basically convincing them that they're villains. And it's probably one of the better Merman and Barnacle Boy episodes, honestly, because let's be real, Merman and Barnacle Boy episodes, pretty mid. They're not all great. There's good ones, but they're kind of eh. But this one's good. I'm gonna put this one as a high B. You know, I like it. Man, just moaning at each other while voice acting, right? Like it's unbelievable. Like the fuck, I want to see the footage of Tom Kenny recording himself moaning as SpongeBob's licking that chocolate. Like, what a noise. It makes me laugh every time because I have the mind of a fucking 10-year-old. But, whatever. It is what it is. So, yeah, let me pull up the wiki for the Merman and Barnacle Boy episodes because there's too many of these to remember. And, like, they're all the fucking same title card. Like, they don't change it until Merman Man and Barnacle Boy 6. And that's the motion picture one where they make a movie. And that's in season 4. So, like, they're pretty hard to differentiate sometimes, man. And that one even says the title of it on the title card, so that's why that one's so easy to remember. So, yeah, but that's a pretty solid Merman Man and Barnacle Boy one. Merman Man and Barnacle Boy 2, SpongeBob wins a conch shell in a contest. That one's another pretty decent one, I'd say, for sure, because I don't know. It has its moments, but, like, is this really an episode you think of when you're like, oh yeah, that's the best of SpongeBob of the class, right? Like it's, I can't really even speak on it because it's like it's just a whatever kind of episode, right? It's fine, like there's nothing wrong with it, but it's like to me, like I could say this, like you put this episode on, I would probably enjoy it more than these episodes for sure. Like it's not a C tier, so I'm gonna put it at the bottom of the B's just because, with at least as seen on TV, I can really give you some details how I feel about the episode. Merman Man and Barnacle Boy 3, however, when they get, it's basically just them and Man Ray. That episode is a fucking good episode, though. Really funny. All the interaction with Man Ray make me laugh. The tickle belt and fucking whipping Patrick around the fucking box. Because no more wallets. Like, that's a great episode. Then he fucking opens a checking account with poodles and then fucking Patrick at the end. Good stuff right here, man. This is probably like one of the better Merman Man and Barnacle Boys for sure. Put it middle A above Bubble Buddy. Yeah. Merman Man and Barnacle Boy 4. This one, SpongeBob plays with the Shrink Ray. Okay, you know, this one's another decent one. This one has some pretty funny moments. The Wumbo stuff is good. And you know, fucking when Patrick grabs Squidward and he's like, Squidward action figure, fucking just hearing little tiny Squidward screaming in the background. Like this episode, like this one's another. I'd say it's like a low A. Like I say they're mid, but like to me it's not that they're like mid. Like now that I'm talking about it, I'm like realizing like okay, some of these are actually pretty decent, but like you said, they're kind of a blur. Like they kind of just blend together almost, right? Like like I said, you forget which one's which at times. So this one, I'll put it like a high B actually. High B sounds pretty good. Then Merman and Barnacle Boy 5, they make fun of Barnacle Boy, and then he goes to the dark side. Again, it's like another episode that has its moments, but it's still not like a top tier episode. But it's not. It's a good one for sure. Like has some funny moments. I don't know why, but them teasing the two teens making out in the car, like fucking just children, is pretty funny. I'm going to the dark side, and the fucking just dark side there. Stupid joke, but again, it's another like I said, they're all like I said, they're mid. They're decent enough episodes. Like there's absolutely nothing wrong with these episodes. You put them on, I am absolutely not gonna complain about any of them. But they're not the best episodes. They're there. I'll say this one's better than jellyfishing. Yeah, that's all those ones out of the way. Midlife Crustacean. So this one's the one I was talking about. So I got another episode fucked up because I'm an idiot. Born Again Crabs. What the hell is that episode? God damn it. I mean, I'm just... I just watched this show like a month ago, too. And here I am fucking it up. God damn, what's wrong with me? This is the one where Mr. Krabs fucking dies from eating that nasty-ass fucking foggy-ass patty. And then he ends up selling SpongeBob's soul for 2 cents and all that. Honestly, this episode is pretty good where it is. This episode is good where it is, honestly, so it works, but fuck me, man. Midlife Crustacean, this is the episode that got banned. I like it better than Born Again Crabs, though, so we'll put it there. Exactly, they blend together. Like, they could make a little 45-minute movie, almost. It's kind of like, I don't think they would work as a movie, but, like you said, like, it's hard to remember which one's which, because, like, the first 5 title cards all look exactly the same. So like I remember the 6th one because it's different. It's like I think it was like a movie camera on it with like a light background that says Merry Man and Barnacle Boy 6, the motion picture. And I'm like, finally they fucking differentiate it. Like that to me, like, it's not the best. I think it's better than probably Merry Man and Barnacle Boy 3, but whatever, you know. Like I said, another decent season 4 episode. Missing Identity, one where SpongeBob loses his name tag. Has some pretty funny moments. Another one as a kid that I watched, I still like it a lot. My grandma loved this episode when I was watching with her when I was a kid. I remember that. Those moments that really made her laugh. This one's a good one. Pretty, I'm gonna put it high, but actually no, I'm gonna put low A. Low A above Jellyfish Jam. Sounds pretty good. Muscle Bob Buff Pants is a pretty funny one. Definitely one of the more solid season 1 episodes for sure. SpongeBob will get those fake ass muscles. He can't even lift up a fucking straw. That's what I mean. Like in this episode, he couldn't lift up a fucking straw, but in this one, he picks up Mr. Krabs by the neck. But this one, yeah, definitely a solid season 1 episode for sure. I'm gonna put this one probably above Jellyfish Hunter. Pretty good one. Pretty good one. My Pretty Seahorse, another really good one. It's one of these season 3 episodes. Like, here's the thing with season 3. Like, season 3 is great. But it's like it's almost like none of my favorite episodes come from season 3. Almost, I think, if I remember, unless I don't remember. This is season? I think this is season 3, but this is season 1, 2, 1. I don't remember actually. But I think most of these are from like season 1 and 2. This one I think season 3. I don't know. Maybe, I don't know. I'll shut the fuck up, actually. But this is a good one. This is a good one, too. My Pretty Seahorse. SpongeBob gets that seahorse. That dude gets fucking booted out of the fucking planet because he sticks a quarter up its ass. What's not to love about that? I'm going to put it above Artist Unknown. Nasty Patty. This episode is great, man. They fucking think they killed the fucking health inspector. They try to bury his body. It comes back to them. So they fucking try to hide it in the freezer with the cops and shit. And then, like, it's kind of funny, like, in real life, they still should have got arrested for attempted murder and all that, but it's just, this one's a really good one. I don't know how that guy looked at that patty and was like, hello, delicious, come to Papa. Like, that thing was fucking, like a disease just on a plate. Like, if you would have handed me that, dude, I would have probably fucking broke your nose. Like, for real, I'd be like, what the fuck are you doing handing me this nasty shit? Like, are you fucking trying to kill me here? Like, get the hell out of town. It's a very good episode. I'm gonna put this one above Clams. Actually, you know what? I like this one better than Band Geeks. Fuck it, above Band Geeks. Let's do it. Yeah, Band Geeks has definitely changed, man. Nature Pants. Another decent. This is like another season 1 episode that's pretty good, but not like amazing. They break the 4th wall. You know, I'll give them a week. I'll give them 11 minutes. It was dark. Exactly. It just bikes into a burger ass. Exactly. And not good ass either. Like, we're talking like crusty, old, dirty, nasty, molded shut ass. I'm sorry for that picture, but live with it. Nature Pants, though, yeah. SpongeBob gives up everything and lives in jellyfish fields, thinks he needs a jellyfish. This one really predicted, someone in today's culture, really, when you think about it. So, we can say, hey, it predicted the future. Simpsons didn't do it first for once. SpongeBob did. But yeah, I like this one though. It's pretty good. A pretty solid B episode, I think. I'll put it probably above. I think I'll put it above Karate Choppers. Yeah. Naughty Nautical Neighbors. This was another pretty solid season 1 episode. Squidward being a dick for no reason, but oh my god, the fucking bubbles, man. That part is so fucking funny. When they're fucking oh my god. When fucking fucking Patrick's just smiling, he hears Squidward's fucking message. Patrick, you are the dumbest idiot, and it is my misfortune to know. Do you really think that, SpongeBob? Of course I do. Anyone with eyes would see that. Yeah, well, I think you're ugly. Yellow is ugly. Holy shit, that's just so funny, man. For that alone, that's like that. That episode's a really good one, man. Hey, buddy, I warmed it up to you. Like that's like I said, that's what I say. Like season 1 has its like. It has its mid moments, but when it hits good. Like fucking rights. This is another favorite of mine for sure. Neptune Spatula, another pretty good one. Fucking seeing Patrick get fried, fucking talking shit to a god, standing up for his best friend. You gotta say Patrick was the homie back then. This one has its moments. I wouldn't say it's my favorite, but a pretty solid like low A for me. I'm gonna put it under Missing Identity. The blunt humor they used to have. I know, right? Like, it was so good back then. Like the writing in SpongeBob. Like, there was an episode or a video I seen on YouTube. I didn't watch it, but I saw the title, and it said like modern SpongeBob is only for kids. And even without seeing the video, I agree, because it's like, yeah, that show, the new SpongeBob really is only for kids. Aside from season 11, I don't know. I will defend season 11 till I die, because I'll have to watch it again maybe, but season 11 did surprise me. But other than that, I agree that modern SpongeBob is just for children pretty much. But the old stuff really is well written. Like, you can enjoy it as adults. That's why a lot of older adults even like the show, because who didn't grow up with it, who end up watching it with their children, because they end up realizing like, wow, this show is actually pretty good. Like, some of the jokes are genuinely funny. Like, it's definitely a kid's show still. Like, there's some moments where adults definitely can get annoyed with. And like I said, even in this classic era, there's some annoying episodes for sure. No doubt. But overall, the golden era of SpongeBob is a solid show. And like, and I really think it will stand the test of time for a long time, well after we all die. Like, this is one of those shows, just because of his memeability, the classic era SpongeBob will never die. Same with The Simpsons. Classic Simpsons, like those first 9 to 12 seasons, unforgettable. Unforgettable. Too much of a cultural impact. Very different, of course, two different shows with their very different impacts, but both very important in their own right. New Student Starfish. Pretty good episode. Fucking Patrick hucking those spitballs at him and then just being like, hi. It's a pretty solid episode. Like, Patrick was a little bit of a dick in this episode, didn't get me wrong, but I wouldn't say he was a dick, but they were just let me say this. Okay. Patrick was a little bit of a dick, but SpongeBob also was getting jealous, right? They were fooling around. And Mrs. Puff being correct, he's a star pupil and he's expected to behave, and he was misbehaving and was warned, and then he kept misbehaving. And then she thought he drew that drawing, because Patrick drew that drawing, which was pretty dickish, and then I don't know. It's hard to say, right? I don't know. I guess SpongeBob wasn't that much of a dick, but it definitely, I don't know. Don't listen to whatever I'm saying. Just note that this is a good episode. Under Crabborg. No free rides. This one's the one where I think which one's this one? Is this the one where SpongeBob gets his license? I think it is, right? No free rides. I can't remember. Fuck me, man. No free rides. Yeah, it is. The one. Yeah, it is. Okay, cool. Yeah. So Mrs. Puff passes SpongeBob just for him to get his license. It's a pretty solid episode. I don't know the line where it's weird because like the line where Mrs. Puff's like can't wait to go home and finish that pasta. That's such a mood sometimes, man. When you're just like when you got leftovers waiting at home and you're like, fuck, I can't wait to go eat that. Right? Like I got some chicken wings in my fridge right now that I'm gonna go eat after this stream. Like I want to eat them right now, but I obviously can't. But I can't wait to eat eat those, man. Like so, like relatable. And if you watch this episode, there's a picture of Mrs. Puff walking through her door on her fucking like there's a picture of her walking through the door on her wall. Why I don't know, but like it's funny. It's a good one. I'm gonna say low A for me. I'm gonna put this one above Jellyfish Jam. Yeah, looking back at SpongeBob, I was like, what the fuck? I was only 12 when season 9 was released, right? Right? Here's the thing: is whoops, my mom would buy me a bunch of those SpongeBob discs because, of course, she would, right? I like SpongeBob. And so it contained a lot of like those season 6 to 8 episodes. Like some of them were season 4 episodes, but after I got 1 to 3, I didn't get any more seasons 1 to 3. I didn't get any more SpongeBob discs. But my mom would buy a bunch of those. Right? I had like the Western one. I had a bunch of other ones, and like watching some of those modern ones at the time, right? Like the Slideshow Stooges one. Even I knew something was wrong with them. Like as a kid, I'm watching them. I'm like, something about this just doesn't feel right. You know what I mean? And like the card episode like just felt unnecessarily mean and just Patrick being stupid basically admits he does it on purpose. Like it just felt like I don't know, there was just something wrong with all those episodes. And if like 12 and 13-year-old us were able to fucking realize shit like that was wrong, then like it's like no wonder people fucking don't like it. Like there's some like it's just so stupid. Like that era of SpongeBob is the worst for sure. Like it's just the most boring era of SpongeBob ever. God, I hate that era. No weenies allowed, however, is fucking fantastic. SpongeBob tries to get into the salty spittoon, can't take off the ketchup, tries everything he can. The fucking part where he's fucking trying to hide on that guy's arm as a tattoo, and the guy's like, I don't remember getting this one. He's so fucking confused, and he does fucking bust a move. Great episode. This is a good one. We put this one, I think, above Muscle Bob Buff Pants. All right. I'll be right back. I'm just gonna run to the washroom real quick. I gotta tinkle. So don't go nowhere, please. I love you. You know what? I'm gonna actually write a note just so that way in case someone joins the stream. I said it. Yeah, exactly. Right. Like it's just such a like I remember trying to watch season 6 like a year ago, and it was just watching. I was like, this is just so boring. Like, and then they all felt like just like Squidward just felt like a shell of himself. Like the Splinter episode is fucking awful. I will say this about the Splinter episode, actually. There is one funny joke in the Splinter episode where SpongeBob is trying to get the fucking spatula off the roof, and he's like, whew, this is a lot of work. Fucking pulls it out. It was that one got a pretty decent chuckle out of me. Like that one wasn't a bad episode, like a bad joke, but the rest of that episode fucking reeks like ass. Anyways, yeah. So, let me select the font and shit. BRB. Alright. Yeah, boring season so much. That season's like up to 8. Like even like 9. Like I didn't like season 9 even though Steven Hillenburg came back. I don't know, man. It just isn't great. Really isn't great at all. Splinter is definitely for the visuals. I'll say that. Like the animators, like it's gross and disgusting, but like you could tell like the animators had a good time with themselves. Like I'm not gonna, whatever. Like they fucking were being creative, I guess. But to me, it's just like unnecessarily disgusting. You know what I mean? Like, doesn't need to be that gross. Why is it not outlined? Oh my god. Fuck, no. No, why am I struggling with this? Fuck it, whatever. That works. Alright, gonna go piss before I fucking piss all over the floor here. You going to Burger King? Not gonna lie, I took a bond rib too. But yeah, anyways. Moving on. One Krabs trash. Mr. Krabs fucking has that shitty yard sale with all that garbage. This one gets that hat. This one's a pretty good one too. Fucking Mr. Krabs fighting with all the fucking skeletons and him outside the house with the fucking shopping list. It's a pretty good one. I'm gonna put this one above Arg. This is what I mean. Like most of Mr. Krabs. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna put this a little higher. Actually, I think even Arg actually might put a little higher than that. Honestly, no, Arg is fine. I'm gonna put this one above. I'm gonna put this one above Dumped. Yeah, I like this one a lot more than I initially realized. Hell yeah, you too. Welcome, let her rip, bro. Opposite Day. Pretty good one. I like this one because like you like to me like it's I feel bad for Squidward in this one. Squidward really isn't doing anything wrong. He just wants SpongeBob to be quiet so he can move without scaring anybody away. And like you gotta, understandably so, like think about Speed and Squidward. He realistically, like, even though he's a dick, all he wants to do is just go home from work and just be by himself, which is exactly what I love doing in life. I love going home and being boring, right? Like a lot of people say I'm boring because I don't like to go out much. I like to stay at home, make my fucking YouTube videos, watch TV, play music, make music, and do my stupid shit. And right, it's like, yeah, sure, maybe I am a little boring to a lot of people, and I'm happy with that, right? And Squidward just wants to do that, and his neighbors don't let him. In this episode, he just wants them to be quiet so he can do that, and he just gets so dicked around. BRB is still up, by the way. I'm gonna remove that, but yeah, this one's a good one. I'm gonna put it above My Pretty Seahorse, I think. Actually, I'm gonna put it above Gary Takes a Bath. Party Pooper Pants. I think this is the one where SpongeBob throws a party, right? Right? This video making you want to watch SpongeBob all over again, even though you just did. Oh, so what? Fucking watch it again. Who's telling you can't? Huh? I'm sure not. Fucking watch it, bitch. Watch it. And anyone else that's watching this, I don't care if you just watched it. If you want to watch it, fucking watch it, okay? But yeah, this one's a good one. I like this one. It's fucking the one scene that pops in my mind all the time where SpongeBob's on the phone with Patrick, and Patrick comes out, SpongeBob, phone's for you. And someone's like, yeah, what? Then he fucking rushes in, sorry, he's not out there. He fucking slammed it in SpongeBob's face. Yeah, this one's a pretty good one. I'm gonna put this one probably above No Free Rides. Actually, no, I'm gonna put it up Neptune's scatula. True, SpongeBob every day. Oh, I would definitely get sick of it then, but SpongeBob many days at a time for sure. Patty hype. This one is pretty good, you know. Mr. Krabs and see Squidward kind of. It's funny because Squidward kind of avoided getting dicked with it at the end of the day with this one, but Mr. Krabs got it for making fun of SpongeBob's idea. Then SpongeBob's idea worked, popped off. He ended up getting the Krusty Krab, and then it turns out the pretty patties are not actually that good for you at all. They're horrible for you and do all kinds of terrible things to your body. Because Mr. Krabs is the owner now, he pays the price. So, gotta love it. I'm gonna put this one above Chocolate with Nuts. I think this one's pretty good. You know, it's fun. I don't. To me, it's like just fucking. Just imagine that, man. Someone making that kind of bank, and then they just have a stand right there, just free money. Like, holy fuck, man. Like, I'd be stepping in line all fucking day, man. Like, I don't care. I'd be there from 9 to 5, man, getting money in that fucking line. And like, yeah, because that's like a bucket full of cash there. You know, there was probably like if like even if that's all like 20s, man, there's got to be probably at least like $2,000 in that. And like, I ain't gonna complain about an extra couple grand in my pocket, especially if I can get like 3 or 4 of those. You know what I mean? I'll wait in line all day for that. So, fucking, if anyone wants to start giving away free money like that, fucking please, you know, step in, you know, come to my town. Pickles, pretty interesting one. You know, we meet Bubble Bass. He is a villain, and it's weird seeing SpongeBob like forget, and which makes for some funny moments, but at the same time, it's like when you actually sit down and watch it, it's just kind of like, you know, it's good. It's like it's one of those episodes we remember a lot, but when you watch back of it, it's like, you know, something about it, it's just like, huh, you know, it's not as funny as I remember it being. But it's good. I like it a lot. But, you know, it's not, you know, as funny as I remember. I don't know exactly what it is, but still a decent episode for sure. Nothing absolutely wrong with it. I'm going to put this one above Krabby Land. That sounds pretty good to me. Sounds pretty fair. Pizza Delivery, on the other hand, hits every other time. You can't go wrong with Pizza Land. Absolutely not. Or Pizza Land. Pizza Delivery. Fucking crab pizza. And fucking just... The fucking... Is that the cheese, man? Like, you know, because I'm a child, I'll make that shit dirty. But... it's just... This is a good one. I love it. Put it above Bubble Buddy. I'll put it above Bubble Buddy. Plankton! The first appearance of Plankton. Fun fact, in case you didn't know, everyone probably knows this by now. This was supposed to be the only appearance by Plankton, but they ended up loving Plankton so much, especially I think the voice actor ended up enjoying Plankton so much that he became a regular character. So, I mean, that's pretty dope. Because I love Plankton, man. Plankton's one of my favorite characters, honestly. Usually his episodes are always, like, pretty top tier. So I'm going to put it... under Muscle Buff Pants. Sounds pretty good. Plankton's Army. Another pretty good fucking Plankton episode. You meet his hillbilly family. And it's full of funny moments. You're preparing the grass, and then seeing Plankton in the fucking recipe book, and then the one guy who can't even fucking read just standing there. Has its moments. Let me guess. Is at home under your mattress. Curse you, Squidward. Yeah, I'm gonna put it under hall monitor. Pretty decent episode. Pranks a lot. I think this is the one. This is the one where they go to the shop and get the invisible spray, right? Yeah, this was pretty funny. You know, it always makes me wonder. Like, imagine if you could just get a thing of invisible spray for $1. Like, imagine what life would be like in a world where that's possible. Like, holy shit. But moments that always come to mind is like, here on the left you'll see 2 naked guys fighting over a can of paint. Like, imagine seeing that. You're riding the fucking bus. And you just see 2 fucking guys with their fucking shriveled old fucking greasy wieners out fighting over a can of fucking paint. What looks to be a can of paint. Like, you think they're fucking, like, on fucking crack. no doubt. Like, fuck, you come to my town, you'll probably will find two naked people fighting over a can of paint. It's probably more likely than most other places, to be honest. It's pretty good though. And they get fucking they be ghosts. Like for real though, man. Like honestly, like I always has said, like if I could be invisible, I probably would just haunt people and prank people because I'm a fucking dick like that, and I love doing stupid shit like that. Like I would be just an absolute dickhead scaring people, just like them for real. Like probably. I'm gonna put it at the top of A. Fucking great episode. You actually didn't know that plankton fact? Yeah. Okay. Well, that's cool. Yeah. But yeah, no, pretty cool. I like that they end up keeping him because imagine the show today if plankton never like if they never used plankton after that. Like it would not be the same. Like I don't even want to imagine what it'd be like without plankton nowadays. It'd just be like the whole show would just be completely different. So many classic episodes wouldn't exist, right? With the secret formula, the imitation crabs episode. Like, just so many top-tier episodes would not exist without the existence of plankton. Had they fucking gotten rid of that one, so or had they not used him more often. Like, it's insane. So, you know, crazy what kind of decisions can end up being for the better and worse, eh? Pre-hibernation week. So this one, SpongeBob and Sandy do all those crazy-ass stunts, then SpongeBob hides. To be honest, this one's alright. Like, the fucking opening with Pantera is fucking like, holy shit. Like, they did not have to fucking go that deadly on the fucking guitars and shit, but I don't know. This, like, it has its moments, too. Like, the fucking, when they fucking curse that dude into a fucking square, and then that one dude gets fucking boofed with that fucking, like, volcano eruption. But other than that, it's like a B episode for me. I'll put it under Krabbyland. So many episodes would be cut. Exactly, like, and they would have exactly so many episodes would be cut. There'd be no arch enemy aspect for Mr. Krabs. Like, you would have so like, I want to see what episode just looking at this would have no like this wouldn't exist. I think it's the only a few Plankton episodes that we've gotten to I think so far, but let's see. Band Geeks. Planktons and Band Geeks. Band Geeks wouldn't exist. Fucking where is it? Culture Shock wouldn't exist. This wouldn't exist because Plankton's in it too. Life of Crime, Plankton's lawnmower. Plankton wouldn't. How could Plankton's lawnmower be there if Plankton's never used again? Right? They wouldn't probably ever mention Plankton again. Fun. Plankton wouldn't. Like, you know what I mean? Like, so many fucking fantastic episodes. Imitation Crabs wouldn't exist had they not used Plankton beyond Plankton. Like, wow. Thank God they continued doing it. Pressure. I don't remember this one. That's what I mean. I hate when they name. Like, I'll say I've forgotten other episodes that have longer names, but like when you have shit that's just like one name, sometimes it's like Pressure. Like, no way I'm remembering that, man. Oops. Oh, it's the episode where Sandy goes against the Bikini Bottomites when they get in that contest about who's better, sea creatures or land creatures. This one's pretty good, you know. Even though everyone's pretty mean to each other in this episode, at the end of the day, like, it kind of, it kind of makes sense, right? You know, they're all competitive, and then it goes too far, and they end up realizing that, hey, you know, at the end of the day, we're different, but that doesn't mean we can't love each other like the same. You know what I mean? You know, in a weird way, it's almost like a racism thing, right? She's because she is like a foreigner in Bikini Bottom, right? You know, she's different, and you know, she has her own ways that she thinks are better, and they have their own ways. So not really a racism thing, but like a culture thing. Her culture is different than their culture, and they're all stubborn about their culture. You know what I mean? It's a pretty good one. A lot of good moments in it. Except they're very mean to each other, but it's not like one-sided. Everybody's mean to each other in this episode. So the classic air joke. Yeah. Fuck, man. Can you imagine if Sandy just undid her bra? What? Who said that? Fuck, man. Pervert. Let's put it right here. That sounds good to me. Procrastination. Another top tier episode right here. Fucking SpongeBob trying to write that paper. There are a lot of good. Like I seen that theory, and it kind of makes sense where SpongeBob passes out. Cause like cause when you think about it, there's no like actual distinction of when SpongeBob falls asleep. Wrong. I watched a YouTube video. I don't know who it was. I'm sorry, but like, I think I watched a YouTube video and someone said in a comment where SpongeBob was like, focus, and he fucking slams his head down. When he wakes up in the morning, he's in that exact same position. So it's theorized that he slammed down, passed out, and woke up in the morning, and that's when he fell asleep. That's the only thing that makes sense, honestly. So, as far as I'm concerned, that is canon. But that's a good episode. A lot of funny moments, because I'm a procrastinator myself, unfortunately. Like, I've been wanting to do a stream for like a week. Even tonight, I was looking, I'm like, I could do it tonight. But I'm like, no, just do it now. Fucking, yeah, good episode. Good episode. I'm gonna put this under Crabborg. Reflower. The second episode, a 3-minute little special. No, I lied. No, I didn't. It is indeed this episode. Yeah. Yeah. First episode. Hold on. It's 3 minutes with no dialogue. It's entertaining, but it's It's aight. Rip Pants, on the other hand, is fucking fantastic. You know. Okay, me and Zoltz, we've always talked about this. SpongeBob season 1 had a crush on Sandy. Because in this episode, especially, was one of them where he really wanted to impress her. He was getting really jealous over her wanting to spend time with Larry and all that. And you know, Larry kind of the way Larry came around, right? Like big Larry came around just to put him down. It kind of was like, you know, in a way, it kind of felt like that. He knew SpongeBob isn't the muscle types, and he was like, "You guys want to lift some weights?" It's like, come on, Larry, that's being a dick move. You know, Sandy's into that, but that's not SpongeBob's thing. And yeah, so you know, SpongeBob ended up, you know, at his expense to make a girl laugh, took it too far and disappointed her. You know, you could say what you want, but I believe to a T, like in any other like show, it would be a crush, and I think classic season 1 SpongeBob had a crush on Sandy. I will die on that hill. I will die on that. Let's put it above Band Geeks. Yeah, Rock-a-bye-bye-ville. SpongeBob and Patrick adopt the clam. It's a good episode. Really funny reveal when like it looks like they're sleeping side by side, and then fucking shows the mattresses lift and Patrick sleeping under SpongeBob mattress. But yeah, it's a pretty good episode. The fucking overtime and them fighting all that. It's like almost a little real at times, but it's really funny at times too. And it's a pretty good episode. Another solid episode. I'm gonna put this one above, I think, Patty Hype. Yeah, that's a good one. Rock Bottom, another really funny one. I'm pretty sure this is like one on the end of season 1, but another top tier season 1 episode. The fucking bus part where he's fucking trying to grab the fucking chocolate bar and it's revving up. He's going vroom. Gets me every time, man. I love this episode. I'm gonna put this one probably above New Student Starfish. You missed that dynamic. SpongeBob definitely had a crush. See, you see it too, right? So we're not the only one that sees it. Like, it's fine that they wrote it off. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. Like, because like shit like that happens too, even, right? You get a crush on somebody, then over time you stay friends and you just enjoy the friendship as it is, you know? So let's just say that happened for SpongeBob. He had a crush on her and then realized, you know what? I'd rather just her be a good friend. You know, that's how I'm gonna look at it from that. That's my canonical view of it. But he definitely had a crush on her in season 1. No doubt. Sailor Mouth. Love this episode. I hope to God one day a leak will come and the original recordings with this episode will show, because fun fact, I'm sure most of you know, this episode was recorded with them actually swearing, because they couldn't, it was too hard for them to swear with fake swear words, so they just swore. So all those are real censors in the fucking show. So hey Patrick, how the fuck are you? That's like probably the shit they were saying. Krabs is an asshole or a fucker or some, right? Fucking could have used an F slur for all we know, right? Who knows what he said. But right, like I want to see that episode. I want to see that episode. So I want to see that uncensored episode so bad. Love this episode. To put it under rock bottom. Yeah. Sandy's Rocket. Love this episode too. It shows how SpongeBob murdered a bunch of people accidentally with her, the little mishap with my whirlybird in the fucking graveyard. Yeah, pretty good episode. And then they fucking go. Like, I love how they just roast the shit out of Squidward. Like, see him uglier up close. Like, they think they're on an alien planet. And they're literally just looking at their neighbor Squidward, just being like, oh, he's so disgusting and ugly. And just fucking, like, acting like he's the grossest thing to exist. It's so fucking funny to me, man. So let's put this one. I guess this is, like I said, another pretty solid season 1 episode. I'm going to put this one above Imitation Crabs. Sandy, SpongeBob, and the Worm. Another good one. Fuck, that dude's ass gets ate by this worm, and then... I mean, I'll say this. This episode probably isn't the funniest, but it's one that's pretty entertaining to watch. Like, I enjoyed the story of it and the action of it more. But it had enough comedy to not feel just like a serious episode. So I'm going to put this one above Neptune's Spatula, I think. Yeah. That seems pretty good there. SB129. A couple people I know don't really like this episode. And I get it, because again, it's not the super funniest episode, but I actually really like this episode. I find it, like I said, more visually entertaining, and I enjoy the story of Squidward. Just, going through having like a fucking just crisis. Like a whole fucking crisis in that fucking empty... Like, imagine that, though, man. You end up breaking, like, your time-traveling device and end up in that fucking weird little fucking... Just, like, void of nothing. Like, it'd be so fucking insane, man. Just, like, thinking about that. Like, no one... You'd probably definitely go insane. But I like this episode. I think, there's a couple entertaining moments. Like, when the fucking plant grows and the bus immediately shows up to spray it with the fucking chrome, like, shit. I'm gonna put it. I think I like it more than Pressure. I like it more than the Seahorse episode. I'm gonna put it here. Yeah, I like this episode a lot. I understand why people don't care for it because they're looking for a laugh, but I like the visuals and shit in it too. Like, I like the story and all that. Sailor Mouth. That's the least worst thing these SpongeBob creators have made, if you know what I mean. Ha 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 ha. The joke there is that a lot of newer SpongeBob episodes aren't very good. Scaredy Pants, pretty funny episode. SpongeBob's afraid of everything, the haunted mattress, and then that shitty fucking costume. Pretty good, and then the Dutchman getting scared of him. I like this one. Not one of like my super top tier favorites, but it's got some pretty funny moments. I'm gonna put it, I think, above Hall Monitor. Yeah. The fucking tier list, some tier list. I don't know what the fuck this is. My tier list, I guess. I think this might be the other, because this is a tier list that I found, so maybe this guy included his own. I don't know. Let's just fucking ignore that. Shanghai episode's great. I have the season 2 disc that has all three, so I can see all 3 endings. They voted the SpongeBob one, the SpongeBob ending where they're in the blender. But if you watch the other ones, Patrick wishes for a piece of gum. And they're like, well, if we're going to be here forever, you might as well have fresh breath. And then they just, SpongeBob and Patrick or SpongeBob and Squidward just accept it, eat the gum, and then he eats them. And then Squidward's like, my wish is that I never met these 2 barnacle heads in my life. And then he grants a wish, and then Patrick's like, hi, or SpongeBob's like, hi, my name's SpongeBob. This is Patrick. I don't believe we've ever met before. And he's like, that's not what I meant. And he's like, oh, well, dinner time. And he fucking eats them. So, I mean... Yeah, so it's like, I think the Squidward ending is the funniest, but I see why the kids would vote for the SpongeBob ending. But I like this episode. This episode's pretty funny. I'm going to put this one in the S tier. Above, I'm going to put it above Student Starfish. If I could fucking do it. Jesus Christ. Alright. Matt's writing isn't the worst thing they made besides drawing. What? I don't know what you're talking about, to be honest. I'm sorry, whatever you're trying to tell me is lost on me. Sleepy time. SpongeBob goes into other people's dreams. Pretty good episode. Like, not the funniest. I don't think. I don't personally think it's the funniest, but again, it's another episode where I like the idea a lot, and I like what they did. I like some of the visuals and fucking when SpongeBob loses Mr. Krabs' dollar, the fucking face he makes is so fucking funny. But it's a pretty good episode. I'm gonna put this one probably like above Nature Pants. Pretty good episode overall though. Snowball Effect. I really like this episode a lot. Actually, I think this episode personally is underrated. I don't see too many people talking about it. To me, this is an S tier. It's really funny. I love seeing. I love episodes like this where Squidward like joins in the fun. Because to me, like this this episode to me is like it shows how like Squidward enjoys the chaos in his life, right? Like Squidward kind of needs that chaos in his life to not, as much as he wants to just be left alone. You can tell he eventually kind of like he enjoys it sometimes. And I love it when he does play along, because it's always for good fun. I'm gonna put this above fun. Sleepy Time top A. Hey man, to each their own. You know, not my personal favorite, but hey, you know, something smells. This one now is a favorite. You gave me the ugly. No, this episode has a glitch. If you remember, SpongeBob walks up to the building and it goes, "I just don't get it." I don't either. And then SpongeBob walks back. I just don't get it. I don't either. Something fucked up happened. I remember watching the episode with commentary, and they're even like, "Oh, geez, like that's supposed to be like high building." The subtitles, the closed captions even say high building, but yeah, there's an audio glitch in that. But other than that, it's fucking funny. I really like this episode. I hope my horrible ugliness doesn't ruin your enjoyment for the movie. Not at all, boy. Fucking. I don't know why. Just the sentence of him being like, "I just wanted to let you know I'm very ugly, but I hope you enjoy the movie anyways." And then that woman just fucking gets fucking fried. Like, just that sentence alone is funny to me, but then just the fact that she gets fried afterwards is just the icing on top. And SpongeBob being like, "I'm ugly and I'm proud." And Squidward being like, "Is that what he calls it?" Because the joke there is that, if you didn't know, is that Squidward's interpreting SpongeBob coming out as gay. And that's why he's like, "Is that what he calls it?" So, you know, a little fucking, that's what I mean, like a little adult joke slipped in there. Pretty good one. I'm going to put this one under Frankendoodle. There we go. True, Squidward loves to be alone, but like he needs Sponge Patrick or else he'd go insane. Exactly. He needs a bit of that chaos too. Like anytime he plays along, it just, what the hell are all these pictures showing? Why are all these showing up all of a sudden? Am I accidentally taking screenshots or something? Is this even mine, or is this always? I don't think this is mine even. Weird. The fuck? There's like, I don't see any more, so if any more show up, I'm like, okay, what the fuck is going on, man? Unless people are saving them, unless other people are going on this one and saving them and they show up. I don't know how this site shows up. SpongeBob meets a Strangler. Really love this episode. Pretty funny. It's like, you didn't know that joke in Something Smells? Well, now you do, yeah. Like I said, that's what I mean. Like, old SpongeBob wasn't afraid to slip in some adult humor in there, and that's what makes it so enjoyable as an adult. Especially when you pick up on the adult jokes. That's why, like, a show I really like that's pretty underrated gem in my opinion is a Corner Gas. You know, I consider that a very good Canadian classic, but I actually genuinely think it's a pretty funny show. Like, as an adult, I loved it as a kid, but as an adult, I'm able to catch on some more of the adult humor in the show, and I'm like, fuck, you know, it's actually sometimes that show can actually be really witty and funny, you know. I think a lot of people have started realizing it too, because I've seen people from like the UK and shit being like, I end up accidentally discovering the show, and like I end up really loving it. So it's like, you know, check out Corner Gas, one of the better Canadian comedies. Place another people's SpongeBob tiers in the tier list. Fucking Christ, that's so funny. I should do that, man. Find a bunch of tier lists and then rank them. All right. You know, if I can somehow find like a bunch of these season 1 3 ones, I'll do that. I'll do that because that is a hilarious idea, actually. But that's gonna be hard because no way I'm gonna fit a whole fucking picture in there. You're like the only person I'm the only person you've met that knows what Corner Gas is. I know a few others, like my best friend Riley. He knows what Corner Gas is. my old buddy Seth, he knows what corner gas is. I know quite a few, like I know it from my family and stuff, but yeah, not too many people actually know what it is. But I think it's definitely one of the more underrated like shows for sure. Like, highly recommend people check out corner gas. You know, it's definitely Canadian, but you know, give it a chance. You know, give it a chance. There's some really funny gags in it. I think some of their cutaway gags are like quick little like 5 to 10 second gags. They're not very long at all. I even saying to 10 seconds is pushing it. It's like that's probably an exaggeration, but they have some really funny quick cuts, and you know, I recommend. Anyway, SpongeBob meets the Strangler. It's top tier. I'm gonna put this one. I'm gonna put this one above. Yeah, Patty Hype looks good there. Sponge Guard on duty, pretty good one. I love SpongeBob panicking and just like overthinking everything, and then fucking Patrick getting excited about the ice cream and them not being able to swim. Pretty good stuff. I don't know why, and then fucking Patrick going to look at his fucking stomach or fucking to see this tan like difference and seeing his fucking ass. Just just showing his fucking bare ass. Like, shit's fucking funny, man. Good episode. I'm gonna put this one above SB129. Other than Your Brothers, the show has gone under the covers. Yeah, exactly. And like you said, it's a good hidden gem. Definitely. I didn't realize I thought this was gonna be like short as fuck, not gonna lie. There's still so many episodes to go. I'm gonna get another water. BRB, like literally like 10 seconds. Fucking drop. The only reason I bring up the fucking the fact that this is going on longer than I thought, because I have to work at fucking 7, so I have to be up at 6 in the morning, and it's 11:15. But we're almost done, so oh well. Oh well. I'm having fun. Squeaky Boots. I like this episode. I like their take on Edgar Allan Poe's Telltale Heart. And again, the visuals, like when Mr. Krabs is going insane, are fucking like they're genuinely terrifying to a child, probably too. Like it's like, but they're genuinely great. Like I love them. I love that the animators had some fun, and then like I said, just has some funny moments in it too. Mr. Krabs going insane with the boots. Yeah, I'm gonna say it's a pretty high B episode. I'm gonna put it above Krabby Land. You know what? I'm gonna put it a little higher than that. Let's go. Let's go above Plankton's Army. How's that sound? Squid's Day Off. One of my favorites as a kid, and still pretty good. I love Squidward again, going insane, overthinking that fucking SpongeBob's gonna destroy the Krusty Krab because he's terrified of. Wait, what? Okay, I guess I got it confused. I thought what episode was it that I said that Mr. Krabs ate that foggy shitty patty and he goes in the hospital? Because it's this one. I don't know what the fuck episode I said had him doing that, but it's not that one. I don't know why I thought it was that one, but it is this one. Yeah. No, it's not, because this one, he fucking gets his arms ripped off. Yeah, never mind. God damn, man. Mr. Krabs goes to the hospital a lot. Holy fuck, I just realized that. Why does he go to the hospital so much? Fucking stop going to the hospital, old man. But yeah, it's a good one. Yeah, he gets his arm ripped off because he fucking drops that dime in the fucking pipe. Yeah, good episode. This one's a S tier for me. I'm going to put it on, I think I'm going to put it above Rip Pants. Squid on Strike. This is another fucking classic to me, man. He, fucking, I don't know why it's so funny that cut to like, you're gonna demand equal whatever. Yeah! No! I was fucking crying. And then, as a fucking, I'm getting fucking tired, holy shit. As they all fucking stomp Squidward, and he's just like, no one cares about the forces of labor as long as they get their instant gratification. Like, that's just some real shit right there, too. But this is another great episode. And then fucking Squid finally cracking when he realizes that, you know what, fucking... he realizes that, you know, he doesn't want to be SpongeBob forever. And then Mr. Krabs won it back, and it just all goes downhill. Good shit. Another S tier for me. I'm going to put it above Culture Shock. Just got back from another stream. You're exhausted. It's all good, Katie. How you doing? It's 11:18 for me. I got to be up early in the morning, but I'm almost done. It's definitely going on longer than I expected. But good to see you. I hope you're doing well. Hope you had a good day. Squidville. Love this episode. And this is what I mean, man. We end up realizing Squidward needs that chaos in his life because he realizes in that town of stuck-up, boring squids, it's fucking boring for him. He hates it. He gets miserable doing the same thing every day, and he realizes he loves the chaos. And seeing Squidward have fun with the reflower is just good shit. Good shit. I'm going to put this one above Krusty Love. Oh, yeah, it's Born Again Krabs. That's where he eats that fucking foggy-ass patty. Squidward the Unfriendly Ghost. I love this episode. Another high point in season 1. No, I'm not bald. Fucking... Oh, I love it. It's good shit. I love it. I don't know why. Just that fucking Squidville is S tier. I mean, hey man, Squidville's a great episode, but I do love all these episodes more. I'm sorry, man. I'm sticking to my gun. I'm sorry. Hey. Just saying. Where did that other episode go that I just had in my hand? Oh my god, where did I put it? Fuck. What episode was that? Tired and hot since your AC is at the freeze over and can't be used during the summer. Fuck. That blows, man. I'm so sorry to hear that. Oh. I couldn't imagine. My AC is not in use right now, but I'm going to start. I haven't had to use my AC yet because they turned down. My radiator was pumped for like the first 3.5 years of me living here. First 4 years, I should say. They finally turned it down, and it's actually been livable. It's actually been like I'm not baking alive, but I'm going to have to start putting the AC on now because it's getting way too hot. In the middle of not during. I like the vibe of all the squids and the fire hydrant joke. I know, right? I mean, the fire hydrant jokes, I don't really care for the fire hydrant joke, to be honest, but fuck, where'd that episode go I just had, though, man? Like, what happened to what episode was that? I lost. Further on Friendly Ghosts. Yeah, okay, A episode. That's one I just had. I like this episode a lot. I'm going to keep it here above Dump. I think that's a good place. It should hopefully be fixed by tomorrow when they check it out. Yeah. The only thing with having a fan in your room 24/7 is fine. But like I hated using a fan before I got my AC. What the hell was that music switch? Oh my god. Because it was like the fan just sometimes blew hot air around. So like you'd feel it blowing you and be nice for like a second and then it'd be hot. At least with an AC, it's like permanently cool and crisp and it's like fucking sweet Jesus. Like when I have my AC, I don't even need the run. I have a big yellow super fan out in my fucking... It's literally called super fan. It has a Superman logo SF. It's big and yellow. On the first setting, it's fucking super powerful. But... It was a Strangler episode I was trying to find? It was not. That episode was ages ago, man, dude. What the fuck are you on about? But, yeah... What was I saying? The super fan. It's this big yellow one, super fucking powerful. That is like the best fan I've ever had. Having one of those big, like tall fans, waste of money. Plus, my brother put mine together when he came over one day, and he put the fucking blade in backwards, so it was just drawing air, and wasn't actually working. When I was with my ex, we found that out because she liked having a fan blow on her, and she was like, "Is this fan even working?" And I'd go to the front, and I was like, there's no air blowing out of it. Then we went to the back, and all the air's blowing out the back, so we had to have her fucking facing her down, like, backwards. It was so fucking stupid. So I was like, I can't believe... I roasted my brother since, like, you put the fucking blade in backwards, dude. I'm surprised it didn't suck all the air out of my room. Squilliam Returns. This is the one where Squidward opens up that restaurant, that 5-star restaurant to impress Squilliam. It's a pretty solid episode. pretty solid episode. I love this episode. SpongeBob forgetting everything but fine dining, including his name, and biting him in the ass later, and them being good. I like this episode. I'm gonna put it right in the middle here above Plankton. Oh, so you do not watch SpongeBob at all? You just came here to vibe till your brain hits this kill switch. That is shocking to hear that you do not watch SpongeBob at all. Have you ever watched SpongeBob? I don't. It's like, man, what's like? I swear, like all my friends, like all the friends I know in real life watch SpongeBob, but then anytime I meet like someone new and stuff, they never watch SpongeBob. It's like, really? Like, it's shocking to me, like how many people I know that don't watch SpongeBob. Like, cause so many people I know also watch SpongeBob. I just figure like everybody grew up watching SpongeBob because everybody I knew did grow up watching SpongeBob. Just crazy times, crazy times. Squirrel jokes. This one's pretty funny. SpongeBob starts roasting Sandy because he gets desperate for jokes, then starts taking it too far, and then fucking Sandy turns it on him. And SpongeBob learns to roast everybody instead of singling Sandy out. You know, I love it. I love it because that's the way I do things too. Roast yourself, roast your friends, roast everybody. Just don't single anyone out because that's when it becomes bullying. You know? So it's a good message overall. S tier for me for sure. I'm going to put it above Shanghai. You know, SpongeBob, you know what I mean? You just haven't watched SpongeBob much. Fair enough. Fair enough. There's a lot of like shows that like were pretty popular that I didn't watch much. Like people are surprised when I tell them I didn't watch like Fairly Odd Parents and Phineas and Ferb and shit like that growing up. The only Disney Channel show I watched growing up was Sweet Life of Zack and Cody. So there's a lot of stuff, like a lot of classic movies I've never watched that people are like, how have you not fucking watched that movie? I can't list them for you, but you can name like 30 of them. I've probably seen 3 of them. It's insane. Like I'm so like freaking just I'm an uncultured swine. What can I say? What can I say? Good man, Maskey. Yeah. I might. Suds. SpongeBob gets fucking sick, and then Patrick fakes being a doctor. There was that one scene where fucking SpongeBob is tied up like BDSM style, and Patrick has that mask on. Like, there was some kinky shit going on between them two. So, you know, hey, you know, you guys, shouts out to you guys. But, you know, some funny visuals, some funny moments for sure. Patrick definitely gets his end when he gets fucking prickled to death with a fucking cactus or whatever. Doesn't Patrick end up having to like clean that guy's feet? Like that guy, he has like getting his rubbed on that guy's feet. Like fuck, man, I hate feet so much. So like that'd be just like puke city for me, man. Where'd I put Suds? I like Suds. This one's pretty good. Survival of the Idiots. Patrick and SpongeBob get locked in fucking Sandy's tree dome. This one, so many funny moments. Fucking, all right, Pinhead, your time is up. We call him Pinhead. So many funny moments, and when they rip off her skin, her fur. Fuck, man. Like Christ. Such a good episode. This one's pretty high A. Yeah, then SpongeBob animators are some kinky people. Yeah, they definitely were. Like that was such a very specific moment. Like they drew. I'm gonna put this one above Midlife Crustacean. No, I'm gonna put it. Yeah, I think above SP129 sounds good. From what you know, Sus teaches, hey, go to the fucking doctor if you're sick. Don't use Scientology medicine or whatever. I mean, I can't disagree with you on that. Like, yeah, if you're sick, go to the doctor. Like, to be honest, I used to not go to the doctor when I was sick. I used to be scared to go to the doctor because I was like, if I have, because of my OCD, I didn't want to have the knowledge of having a disease or something, because then I know I would overthink it. So I was like, the more I don't know, the better. And now I'm doing better with that. I had some issues with my heart, so I went and got all the medical stuff I needed, and my heart's fine actually. It is enlarged though. I actually do have an enlarged heart, and it beats slower than regular. Like it beats slower than 60 beats per minute. But because I do exercise and work out, it doesn't necessarily mean it's bad. Like an enlarged heart can be from like a birth defect, it could be an underlying symptom of something, or it could be from it just getting stronger and being muscular. And that's a moment where the heart being bigger is good. And then when your heart beats slower, that actually is good if it's from, you know, you exercise and that's your heart's actually in a good state. So the report said nothing of noteworthy, so they found nothing bad. My lungs are good, so like I just was having my muscles had some muscle cramps, but I thought I was having a heart attack like a month and a half ago, and I went to the hospital because I had a pain in my chest and my right arm, and I was shortness of breath, which they believe was just a mini panic attack. But yeah, no, I legit thought I had a heart attack, and then I ended up getting on some meds and stuff, and then shit's been fucking great since. So yeah, I'm glad to know that aside from having those two weird little specific things, my heart's doing good and I'm not fucking dying of like heart cancer or something, because I would not have been ready for that. Tea at the Tree Dome. This is the first episode where we meet Sandy, and this is what I mean where I think SpongeBob had a crush on Sandy, because he's really looking forward to impressing her. And like you could say, yeah, SpongeBob just wants to make a good first impression on his friend, but I don't know, man. Just something about it just feels, I don't know. In any other show, he'd have a crush, and that's why I believe SpongeBob has a crush on her. He really wanted to impress her so badly that he was literally dying being in the air so he wouldn't like let her down. He was basically willing to kill himself for a girl. SpongeBob was the original simp, boys. Good episode though. I'm gonna put it above My Pretty Seahorse. Holy shit, man! Yeah. No, I'm so glad I'm doing alright, right? Like I told you guys a little bit about it, but I didn't obviously talk about it much and make a big deal out of it, but. Yeah, that shit went down. It was pretty scary, but, once I found out everything was good, it was like a big relief. It was like, cool, and then just knowing that it's just, because my heart's enlarged, sometimes it will maybe like, hit my rib cage or something, depending on how I'm hunched over. And it doesn't, like I said, it doesn't mean that I'm in danger. Because they found nothing of note, that's like, to me, that's a good sign. Like, that means there's nothing they need to comment on. So I don't have like a weird heart disease or something, it appears. So I think me having an enlarged heart, other than your heart having to work differently, the only thing is my heart has to work harder to function properly. And me exercising and working out is actually better for my heart, because it helps getting the blood pumping, getting your heart beating like that, and getting those cardiac effects is good for your heart. So yeah, that's why at this point I'm just committed to working out, if not just for my heart to keep it going. Because yeah, it was scary, but I'm doing good now. I'm not really getting those chest pains and stuff, but it was a scary couple of days for sure. Texas. This episode is weird because it's mean-spirited. I know, what a weird transition for me just to fucking say all that shit then just move on like it's nothing, but whatever. Texas. Sandy's homesick, and while SpongeBob and Patrick are pretty mean-spirited, at the same time, like, it's to lure her to the Krusty Krab so she can see that people love her and they want to just give her a little piece at home. They want her to stay, and they want to help her embrace her culture and help her feel it more at home by, being like, hey, we love you who you are, Sandy. You want to take part, They're fucking square dancing with the fucking cube, the barbecue where Squidward's holding that fucking thing. But some of the jokes are funny. Oh, so we should make fun of Texas as he grabs his ass and shakes it at her, like, Tex ass. Like, they really said that. The stars at night are dull and grim. Well, that's just how it goes in dumb old stupid Texas. Hey, Patrick, what am I? Stupid? No, I'm Texas. What's the difference? Like, I'm fucking surprised Texas didn't fucking riot over that episode and be like, hey, what the fuck are these clowns talking about us for? Yeah, good episode. I love this episode. I'm gonna put it above... I'll put it above Sponge Garden Duty. That sounds good to me. The algae's always greener. They got away with that. Yeah, they got away with a lot of stuff. Like, because like we mentioned earlier, they had an episode, Midlife Crustacean, where they end up breaking in. Mr. Krabs doesn't realize it at the time, but they break SpongeBob, Patrick, and Mr. Krabs break into Mr. Krabs' mother's house and raid her panty drawer. Mr. Krabs is holding it up, right? They even describe it like, you're gonna miss the panty raid. You're talking about girls, then. You're talking about going through their drawers and raiding their underwear. Oh, yeah. In a kid's show! And that episode's banned now, so unfortunately its sister episode is banned, which is, I don't think we've even got to it yet, this Great Snail Race. This episode we can't watch anymore on streaming services because Midlife Castration's banned. Like, and it's like, I love that episode, but it's like, I can't believe they got away with that back in the day. Like, that's insane to me that they got away with that. They even wrote that for a children's show. I'm so glad they did, but wow, that's insane, man. Yeah. So yeah, the algae is always greener. Plankton uses one of his like devices to switch realities and change lives with Mr. Krabs, and he realizes, holy fuck, life at the Krusty Krab is the absolute balls to the wall insanity, and it's not worth it. I really like this episode a lot, though. It's pretty funny. The part where he's fucking transferring to the other world and he's screaming, and then he just stops to take a sip of his drink. Gets me every time. Such a stupid joke, but I love it. I'm going to put this one above No Weenies a lot. Next, no, I'm going to put it under No Weenies. Yeah, the snail race one. It's the snail race one. Yeah, that's where Patrick's Pet Rock wins. That one's unviewable not because anything's wrong with that episode, but because Midlife Crustacean is its sister episode. They're connected, right? Because the SpongeBob program was a half-hour block with 2 11-minute episodes, right? So, unfortunately, because they're connected into one episode, as 2 episodes connected into one, you cannot watch Midlife Crustacean, holy shit, or the snail race. If you have, that's why I always say just buy the original 100 episodes DVD off Amazon. You can see all those episodes, including this episode and the snail race episode. Oh yeah, the scene of the gross Krabby Patty being shown and Plankton yelling Squidward is comedy gold. I know, right? Fuck, that shit is so funny, man. Like, that fucking Krabby Patty was raggy as shit. Oh, I love how, like, just overly exaggerated, like, the insanity of the Krusty Krab in that episode, right? And it actually just works, and it's like, because the Krusty Krab is never like that. Like, it's so, like, just beyond over the top that it's funny in that episode. And, like, Plankton literally just losing his mind. The Bully. This one's good. Flash the Flounder's first appearance. The only one really has a main role other than just as a background character, but he, for some reason, just wants to kick SpongeBob's ass. And then when SpongeBob tells Mrs. Puff, she does the absolute worst fucking thing a teacher could do and tells the student, and he's just like, oh, that's just what it means when I want to hang out and play sports, and like a fucking retard, she buys it. So, yeah, you know, that's just like school in a nutshell, am I right? But it's a good episode overall, and then fucking he starts beating the shit out of SpongeBob, and SpongeBob's just like, hey, I'm invincible, and then he fucking passes out, and Mrs. Puff sees SpongeBob holding the fist over his unconscious body, and it's like, I'm gonna kick your butt. Pretty good episode. I'm gonna put this one above Dumped. Yeah. I was gonna ask why the other one is banned. Exactly. So yeah, I wish they would just upload it as a separate episode, man. Like even if you're, like, I don't know why they should ban. There's no reason to ban it anyways, but it sucks. It just sucks. That's why I mean, just get the fucking DVD, then you're fine. You don't need to watch it on Paramount Plus. Excuse me. The camping episode, a fucking S tier episode by far. Like, who the fuck doesn't have this in their S rank? Like, I love this episode so much, man. So many funny moments. Fucking Squidward beating the shit out of that fucking tent and then kicks it and it just fucking pops. He's like, huh? And then it fucking falls again, and then fucking the sea bear keeps attacking Squidward for so many just petty reasons, really. And then just for no reason. It's like, what did I do that time? I don't know. I guess he just doesn't like you. Love this episode. The campfire song is a fucking classic. I'm gonna put it above Naughty Nautical Neighbors, honestly. Yeah. Yeah, the chaperone. Alright. Now we're gonna say something about this episode real quick here. SpongeBob is depicted as a guy in his 20s or something, right? If we're talking, if the SpongeBob movie is the canonical ending, right? That's what Steven Hillenburg said. And SpongeBob, if you go by the months that SpongeBob didn't play the month, SpongeBob, if he started working at the Krusty Krab at 16 years old, by the time SpongeBob ends, he'd be like 47 and a half years old or something like that. So if he's working at the Krusty Krab as an adult in these episodes and he's going on a date with Pearl, ayo. Good thing they didn't get down and dirty, because like SpongeBob could have been catching a charge there. You know, just one of those things that come to mind. You're like, huh. That is a little weird, but it's a good episode. But you know, I someone pointed that out, and then now I can't even unthink of that. It's like, huh, that actually is true. Like that is an adult man going to the prom with a teenage girl because no one else would go with her because her boyfriend dumped her. And Mr. Krabs is like, SpongeBob, you gotta go so you don't break McGurley's heart. And then, even though SpongeBob ruins it, they end up having a great time. But yeah, SpongeBob is an adult, and and Pearl's a teenage girl, so it's like, hey yo. I know, right? Isn't that's so weird to think about now? But it's like different times, I guess. But catch the shit nowadays, you're gonna catch a fucking beating, man. Like for real, I don't give a two fucks. The Fry Cook Games, classic episode. I love this episode, man. It's it's interesting seeing them like SpongeBob and Plankton or SpongeBob Plankton. Jesus Christ, SpongeBob and Patrick at each other's throats. But so many funny jokes in this one too. Fucking, my name's not Rick, and then fucking, I don't know why, just Patrick ripping out of his fucking like, his like training clothes into the fucking suit just makes me laugh. Like this is such a good episode, a really creative episode too. Like weird too, because they just jumped right into the action too, right into the fucking games too. Like they were wasting no time with this one. But it has a lot of good moments. I'm going to put this one above, I think, Born Again Crabs. Yeah. And The Great Snail Race. Pretty classic one, you know. SpongeBob gets a little too ahead of himself and pushes Gary to the limit. And then Gary and... I don't know. It's just so funny because the image just popped in my head. I'll explain in a second. But Gary and Squidward Snelly fall in love. But I love that picture when it's like... just that picture of fucking Gary all raggy as like a fucking hillbilly. Fucking it's so funny to me, but it's a good episode, you know. And somehow it's like Patrick's rock wins, and then fucking it's funny because SpongeBob makes that like sexist joke, I call you Leah to memorialize yourself, and then Sandy's like, I don't know why, but I'm gonna kick SpongeBob's butt tomorrow. And then at the end of the episode she does, she's like, that's for yesterday, SquarePants. So it's kind of funny that, you know, SpongeBob makes that sexist joke and pays for it. So yeah, I'm gonna put this one, I think, yeah, around the S tier. I'm going to put it above New Student Star. No, I'm going to put it up under. No, what? Fuck, man. Where did I put it? I'm going to put it here. Yeah, here. That's where it stays. You got problems? Fucking fight me. The Paper. Another childhood favorite of mine. Another high point of Season 1. And it's really funny. You know, of course, Squidward goes, you know, sees SpongeBob having the time of his life, and then Squidward gets his hands on it, and nothing goes right. Because how I believe it is, I think, because SpongeBob has a great imagination, Squidward doesn't. So whenever Squidward tries to have fun, it just doesn't work. Because SpongeBob has the mind of a child. Squidward has the mind of a grumpy old adult. So these imagination shits like the box and the paper don't work for him as they do on SpongeBob. So that's why I think Squidward always gets the bone in these episodes, because he doesn't have the childlike imagination SpongeBob has for these magic things to work properly. But an episode, I love this episode. I'm going to put it above Christmas Who. The Secret Box. I really like this episode too. Another good one. Fucking, this guy knows bangers. I know bangers. The Secret Box. I love this episode. I always use the phrase in my daily life, the inner machinations of my mind are an enigma. Like that phrase has entered my vocabulary as like something I will say. Not on a daily basis, but for something like where I like do something it's like only I would do and like only Brandon. It's like the inner machinations of my mind are an enigma. So I love this episode a lot though. SpongeBob so desperately wants to see that secret, and it's funny too because it's like a rare moment where Patrick is actually like, we see how like Patrick's like not just a fucking moron, like he actually outsmarts SpongeBob in that strange secret compartment. Like that was like actually such a big twist. Like that doesn't happen often. So it was cool to see Patrick actually get like, you know, a W in this one using his brain. Like he actually like legitimately outsmarted SpongeBob. Like not often. And then the milk spills red. Exactly. Like just fucking too funny. I'm gonna put this one above Sandy's Rocket. The Smoking Peanut. SpongeBob hucks that fuck. See, you say you don't know SpongeBob, then you know every episode here. The Smoking Peanut. SpongeBob hucks that peanut because he wants some energy, and then the clam goes nuts. But it's actually not because of SpongeBob throwing the clam or the peanut. It's because Mr. Krabs stole the pearl, which was actually her baby. So he ends up getting the bone for that, and SpongeBob ends up getting let off. No, it was because Patrick was the one that was end up being going to be tortured for it. And then SpongeBob took the blame, and it ended up being Mr. Krabs that was the real perpetrator. So even though SpongeBob did a pretty shitty thing, at the end of the day, like he still like came forward and at least admitted that he did something wrong. So, you know, is what it is. I like this episode. To me, it's I'm gonna put it in a low A. Low A. I'm gonna put it under Squeaky Boots. Kid us all thought Squidward was a 45-year-old grumpy man, but really he's just a 26-year-old guy looking for a lady, not wanting to be bothered by his annoying neighbors. No, I always viewed Squidward as a bit older, to be honest. To me, I always viewed Squidward as like a late 40s to early 50s. So like, and then SpongeBob as like a mid 20s guy, you know what I mean? Like a young guy, but like not like super young. And Squidward's like an older guy, around probably the same age as Mr. Krabs. And I also saw another theory that like this is the video I watched, but it makes sense when you watch that Squidward and Squilliam were actually gay lovers, and that's why they hate each other. Because there's an episode where it shows that Squilliam at his house has Squidward's like robe. It's a robe that we've seen Squidward wear. Why would the fuck would that be at Squilliam's house? Just chilling at Squilliam's house. But he has Squidward's robe. Isn't that weird? And it's like they have such weird hatred for each other. So it's like, you know, maybe they were. So it's like a weird theory, but it's like, I don't know. It's almost interesting, right? Like maybe they had a bad breakup or something, right? That'd be kind of interesting because like, but we've also seen Squidward fall in love too with women when he thought Patrick was a girl, and he had that one squid girlfriend in a modern episode. Can we just talk about the one where he fell in love with the girl Patrick for a second? Did they? I don't know if they did any. Like, they did a little bit of makeup, but like aside from that, like, does this mean that Patrick is cute in the face then? Because if he was falling for him with just a little bit of like, you know, mascara and eyeliner and fucking lipstick, Patrick must be a little bit pretty in the face if they were all falling for him. You know what I mean? So I don't know. Maybe if Patrick put it on, I'd let him. I'd slap. Whoa! Oh. Someone's hacking my computer and making me say all this crazy shit. That was like a crazy AI voice. Much as you love to stay up longer, you need to go to bed. Yeah, no worries, my dude. Take care, Katie. Have a good night. Hope to see you another time for another stream. Thanks for coming by. Appreciate it. But the way they made someone Patrick young and stupid, like, yeah. But I always viewed them as like adults who are just childish at heart, and Squidward was a grumpy old man. You say that was in love with Patty. Yeah, exactly. The Sponge Who Could Fly. I like this episode. It's another one of those special episodes, but it's pretty good. Some good songs. And this is like this is an episode I always point to when like I listen to like a modern SpongeBob song where Tom Kenny sings and it's so out of key because SpongeBob sings well enough in these songs, right? So it's like he could sing in the SpongeBob voice. So why does he sound like shit in like after the golden era? Like, what the fuck, Tom? I don't like that shit, man. But fuck, when he's like, I can feel it, and he just shows his ass, man. Like, fuck, that caught me off guard as a kid so much, and it's so stupid that it's funny. This is a good episode, though. You know, and the fucking bits with Patchy, the Pirate Man, the lost episode, it's so funny. Like, I love the Patchy bits in this episode, man. The fucking, especially when he's like, wait, Patchy, there's more. And he's like, really? And then he fucking reversed and putting the fucking underwear back in his pants. So stupid, but it's funny. I'm going to put this on above the Bully. I'm curious what people would think of my list, because I feel like you definitely probably see a few S tier episodes that aren't in S tier. But I don't know, man. I want to say, like, I don't want S tier to be full of a lot, like, because to me, like, A tier is like amazing, right? But S tier is like, to me, like, these are like the very, very best of the best, right? That's why I don't want to fill the S tier with so many episodes, right? Because like, there's a lot of incredible episodes. There's a lot of very perfect episodes, amazingly incredible episodes, very good episodes. If not a little mid, forgettable, all right, whatever, kind of annoying episodes, and then these would be like kind of bad, and then or boring, then shit. But we're not getting really any of these. There's no way. I'm looking at what's here. Come on. Yeah, ugh. I've heard some people saying they don't like this episode. I love this episode a lot, man. I love that I like the patchy bits. It has that fucking World Collide song. I love that song as a kid. I always thought it was, the thing is, before I saw that episode, I had the SpongeBob CD, the Yellow album. So I always thought it was Patrick rapping, which it is Patrick's voice actor, but it's the caveman, right? So when I actually saw it was the caveman, I was like, whoa. So yeah, that was an interesting revelation for your boy. But I love this episode. I love them fucking fighting over the fire and just I think it's a very creative episode. I can't hate on it. I'm gonna put it above the paper. Valentine's Day. This is one of those episodes that parts of it annoys me, but parts of it is funny because Patrick going nuts. It's like you can understand to agree where Patrick come from, like best friends and all that hype for a fucking handshake, and then you have all these. Well, Patrick's trying to think about it, because like Patrick was, he thought about it and he was like, you know what? When you think about it, it's not much, but he was trying to he was trying to see the sentiment behind it. He could see that SpongeBob was disappointed, was trying to take the high road. But then all these guys show up with fucking flowers, chocolates, and the bitch that he just met got a bike. So of course he's gonna get pissed off. Like, and then of course the compilation where he's just walking around with his hand up, fucking upset, gets me every time. It's really funny. It's so funny. Like, but I guess I don't know. I remember watching at one point thinking it's part of annoying, but now I'm thinking about it. Pretty good episode. I'm going to put it above pizza delivery. I like how you're doing these. You said to yourself before you started that you don't think the stream would have an E or F. Yeah, exactly. I didn't think there'd be anything bad. You hoping I do the rest? Well, maybe I will. Maybe I'll watch like seasons 4 to 6. And I don't know. We'll have to find out. Maybe I'll do seasons 4 to 5 on their own because seasons 6 to 8 are kind of in their own like tier of like shit SpongeBob, while 4 to 5 are kind of like in the mediocre era of SpongeBob, and then 9, then I think then it's like 9B, which is like the second half of 9 into onwards, like modern SpongeBob or something. I don't know, but I'll have to figure out how to do it. But if I do watch some more SpongeBob, I will definitely think about doing some more. I want to do some other shows too. I like to do some like Simpsons seasons and stuff. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, Walking Small. This is another episode where like if Plankton wasn't part of the picture, we wouldn't get. Plankton wants to take over the beach. Fucking so many great moments. Fucking no, let him have it. You can have it. Be assertive. Boop boop. Not insertive. Like so many fucking funny gags. This is what I mean. Just funny writing. Like this is another S tier for me for sure. I love this episode. I'm gonna put it above. I think I'll put it above Big Pink Loser. Sounds good. Welcome to a Chum Bucket. Another classic. SpongeBob or Mr. Krabs loses SpongeBob's contract in a bet, and then SpongeBob gets his brain put in the patty in the fucking robot, and is still defiant because it's still his brain. Like, good stuff right here. He fucking totally messes with Plankton the entire time to the point where Plankton just fucking gives up. I'm gonna put this one above. Let's say, oh yeah, in the song, this crew is not my home. This is not the stove right now. I would trade it all away if you come back to stay. This kitchen's not the same without you. It's just a grill. Anyways, yeah, I'll put it above the Chaperone. Wet Painters, a classic that from my childhood, and I love it to this day. When as a kid, I didn't realize he'll cut their rear ends off. I always thought they said their ear ends. So I was like, what the fuck are ear ends? I remember asking my mom, like, what are ear ends? And she's like, I don't know. That's all she said. She didn't know what I was fucking talking about. So, but yeah, no, I love this episode. The fucking bit with the paint drops on the fucking tarps. And then Patrick, now it's my turn, whips out that fucking axe. And then Patrick putting that fucking dollar in the fucking vending machine. Like, so many good moments. Another S tier for sure. I'm gonna put this one. I'm gonna put this one under Frankendoodle. 2 more episodes, guys. Wormy. They babysit fucking Sandy's pets, and Wormy gets out as a butterfly. Can we all be real? That fucking close-up of the butterfly creeps us all out as kids. But it's a good episode. Seeing them all get scared of this little innocent creature that is literally like, when you think of like a harmless bug, butterflies got to be like literally like the most harmless insects ever. Like, I see a butterfly and I'm so happy. I like butterflies, man. Like Riley hates butterflies for some reason, but I love butterflies. I think they're cool animals, and like especially because you see so many cool colors on them, man. Like moths are gross and shit, but fucking butterflies, you see so many cool colors, and like how can you not think that's just such a cool animal? Like how could you want to, like how could you think those are disgusting? I don't know. They're cool. I love butterflies, and this episode was a pretty funny one. Sorry, I don't speak Italian. I'll put it above. I'll put it on. I'll put it above the chaperone as well. And the last episode, Your Shoes Untied, the season 2 opener. Pretty good episode. This is one of those episodes where they changed the layout of the Krusty Krab kitchen, where the grill is on the opposite side of the room, just so it could be to SpongeBob's dismay. And that brings up another thing that I didn't mention earlier. But in the Plankton episode, they did that with Squidward's room. Squidward's room is always on the top floor, but on this episode, it's on the bottom floor. Why? Why is it on the fucking bottom floor? No. It goes against that's against the law. But I think the kitchen gag is funny, because it's really funny, because fucking fucking when he's just like, I'm bringing the patty over to Squiddy. You see the background, everything moving, and I'm giving it to you right now. He fucking didn't even move like an inch. Fucking then he's all fat and shit. What a good episode. Love it. Love it. I'm going to put this one high in the age. I'm going to put it above SpongeGuard on Duty. And there it is. That is the entirety of SpongeBob tier list. So here's my tier list. You can see the whole fucking thing right here. There's no D's or E's at all, or F's. So there you go. There's my SpongeBob tier list. This is, of course, definitive and official and is not up for debate. This is now law, and what I say goes because I'm God. So let me know what you think. Yeah, I would love to stay and chat a little longer for after the stream, but it's almost midnight and I got to be up in 6 hours. So I'm gonna go make like 2 pieces of peanut butter toast, eat them real quickly, and go to bed. But shout out to Kay, the fam girl, for dropping by. Keith, my boy Braden, Bob, Banana Feet, whatever the fuck you want to call you. Thanks for dropping by, buddy. Love you coming out these streams. Plan to do more streams. Gonna do some gaming as well as more like just non-game streams where I'm doing shit like this. Cause it's fun. It's fun to do more stupid stuff like this. So yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you're watching the VOD on YouTube, come join the stream sometime. We're gonna do some more streams, like I said, of some of the random shit. So yeah, Betty Bye time.